Carl, and Ron.
This is the Modern Eater Show.
Piping hot and delicious.
They really needed
Food.
And now your hosts, Greg Hollenbeck, Jay Parker, and Brian Freeman.
Yes, it is, and here we are, the Modern Eater Show, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. A couple people in here. Yeah. That's right. On the air everywhere. Coming up on, what are we, Super Bowl Eve? What a beautiful sunset tonight. It lasted forever.
That was a Broncos sunset.
I think. Well, it was somebody's sunset, but it was gorgeous. I mean, truly, that was one that everybody took notice of. Great big show tonight. Usually I never do this, Brian Freeman. I'm going to promote next week's show before this one just because it's really cool. Chef Elise Wiggins from Captivella on next week, the Modern Eater Show. Hope you can tune in to that. That'll be great, getting Chef Elise Wiggins in the kitchen, cooking her heart out, having fun.
She's a great lady.
We've caught up with her a couple of times, Jay, before when we were in the iHeart Studios, and we were trying to get the information out of her about Captivella.
Yeah, that's going way back in the day. And I've actually, if you haven't been to Captivella, it's a beautiful restaurant. And my favorite part, I don't know what you're smiling about, Freeman, but it's a beautiful restaurant. And they have one of those, they have the bar seating, not the bar seating, chef's table, yes. But it's not like it's not like Brother Luck in Colorado Springs.
You're up on it.
It's like all the table is chef's table.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like a sushi bar.
It's like a sushi bar thing, but it's beautiful, and you get to watch them sauteing. Right, you could get a piece of garlic pop on you from how close you sit.
And that's next weekend here at the Studio Kitchen, Colorado.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's a good one. In the meantime and in between time, thanks for tuning in tonight. We have a great show for you, and we're just going to introduce these guests to us right now. Cody Ann, how are you?
great.
Cody Ann LaCouture, good friend of the show, Aspen Baking Company.
Love you guys.
And a new cohort. I'd introduce her, but I think you should.
She's
new to the team.
Amazing new Aspen sales rep, Crystal. She's actually our sales manager. She's wonderful. She's bringing so much to the team already. She's amazing.
She got a hug right away.
Yeah, we couldn't have been more blessed by her.
If you're watching or listening, Jeffrey Nations.
Yeah.
You got a great team. Yeah, so streaming live on Facebook, YouTube. Check it out, themoderneater.com. You can see it there. Also, 630 KHOW if you're driving around, iHeart radio stations, and you can catch the podcast on all of your favorite streaming platforms over again. Yeah, throughout the week. Little Rich doing that. Hi, Dave Avery.
Hello there.
We've got a clock. Tonight's show, Mountain Sun. What do you know about these guys?
I love these guys. Actually, it's Mountain Sun, Under the Sun, Southern Sun. This is a great local. I mean, it started brewery, and it's so much more than that. Pizza, beer,
they're all in T-shirts.
burgers.
I don't know if George is running around with a camera, but they kind of look like a gang. I said, oh, my God, I feel like I'm about to get jumped. They're like, no, man, we're a bunch of hippies. We're not jumping anybody.
I love it.
So we're going to highlight that, the brewery portion of that, the food portion of that, their award-winning chicken wings. We've got some burgers here tonight.
They are my people. They know good food, and they take care of you. If you got to get it, check it out in Boulder for sure.
Cody and Crystal, you like comfort food?
Absolutely. Yes. I love a good burger.
Do you like beer?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's beer here tonight. You can have one.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to feel like you're on your best behavior.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll figure out soon where she's at.
Figure out.
Where's Hollis?
You guys are who? She's in Mexico. She actually is. Yeah, she's taking a well-deserved little bit of time off, a couple days, and soaking in the sun. Yeah. Missing her big time.
Good time of year to go down there.
I guarantee she's not watching, but come on home soon, Hollis. Aspen Baking Company is here tonight. We also have some spirits. Meridiem Spirits is here.
Meridiem Spirits.
And we'll catch up with Daniel Ecker as well. Trubucha. I love kombucha. Some of the best stuff in Denver. Trubucha.
Mark.
Do you know how to say his last name? It's actually – here, let's do this because it's so cool. It's such an easy last name, but you look at it and it just makes me –
Wateralt.
What was your guess?
Wateralt.
Okay, what's your guess, Cody Ann?
Goodrolt. I don't know.
That's pretty good. It's Goodrow.
Good. Oh, okay. No way.
Yeah, Goodrow. So Mark Goodrow is going to join the show at 7 p.m. right here on 630 KHOW. Tomorrow's Super Bowl. We put the question out on Facebook of talk about everybody knows traditional wings, burgers, chips, salsa. What's a non-traditional dish? Do you cook?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Are you cooking anything tomorrow?
I am.
What?
And I'm actually going to do green chili smothered tater tots. It is, yes.
Nice. There you go. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's so good.
That sounds so.
You're welcome to come by if you want.
Cody Ann, shouldn't Brad have been in there somewhere somehow?
Oh, well, we're doing burgers. Stop.
I'm just wondering, do you cook?
I do sometimes.
What's your go-to?
I like lasagna, and I make really good green chili enchiladas.
Do you really?
I'm Mexican,
Oh,
so
man.
I like Mexican food.
Brian is Mexican.
I don't know. Mexican.
He is. He totally identifies with me. In a day and age where everybody can identify with whatever they want to identify, Brian has chose to identify with being Mexican.
What do you identify with?
Me?
Yeah.
What do I identify with? I will come back to you.
You put us on the spot.
I love that, Cody Ann. Thank you.
That made me blush.
Stump
really
the Greg
bad.
there. I love that.
Stump Greg. That was an interesting question back. What is this circle here that we have?
Ooh, you don't know what this is?
No.
Come on, Jay, talk about it right here.
Well, I mean, it's a cake.
First of all, you
Oh,
have to
come on. It's a Mardi Gras cake. Come on now.
It's a Mardi Gras cake. Apparently, so Chef Brandon Durio brought it down, and he told me, and I didn't get it. I didn't have time to get into it with him about it because I was doing stuff. But apparently, there's a baby inside of that cake.
It's called the King's Cake.
Yeah, okay, King's cake. I have no idea what.
A baby inside of
There's a
the cake.
baby in there.
Whoever
And
gets a
it's-
piece.
Can we cut into this right now?
If you cut it and you
No,
get
no,
a
no,
baby,
you-
that means you're
yeah.
pregnant?
No,
Or?
that's
You-
who has
good
to
luck.
host or bake the next year.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
there's a little babe.
So
Classic
you
baby.
don't
It's like
want
this
to
big.
get the
Right.
baby.
Yes. Well,
Baked
you
it.
do. You know, it's good luck, I thought, too.
You don't want
Isn't
the
it?
baby.
You have the year of good luck, and you get to cook the cake next
I
year
would be
for someone else.
terrified if I got the baby.
And give them.
I hope you do. I
I'm going to
hope
cut
you
it.
do.
Let's see. We're going to cut it during the commercial break. You should. That's worth it itself to tune into Facebook, and you'll be able to see us cut into this Mardi Gras cake with a baby.
Yeah, it's kind of
inside it.
creepy.
We're excited.
Is it creepy? Now, you're not doing that over there at Aspen Baking, are you? But you're doing a lot of other things, which we'll find out with when we come back. We'll go to break. First of all, any predictions? Because I'm going to tell you the exact score of the Super Bowl tomorrow right now.
Chiefs are taking it.
Would you? Chiefs are going to take it?
I like that.
Crystal?
I'm not a fan
Of
so-
football at all?
No, of the Chiefs.
Of
so.
the Chiefs.
Oh, big rivalry. Oh, no,
But-
Cody, it's their first fight.
Super Bowl's tomorrow. It's
So,
undeniable.
yeah, so do you support the San Francisco 49ers then?
I'm neutral.
Okay.
I've got a 10 spot on the Niners, so that's my only interest.
Really?
Though. Yeah, and it was just because I didn't care. I said, "Who do you want?" He goes, "I'll take KC." I'm like, "Well, then I got the Niners." But now I have a reason to watch and a reason to care who wins or loses.
I agree.
Aren't you working them?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Aren't you working?
You're doing KC?
I am doing
Can we
KC.
do a bet?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, so-
Over or under?
What do you mean? Oh, you don't know anything about
I love
over-unders.
it.
Yes, I do.
You know about over-unders?
Yes, I do.
All
Who
right.
so you're going for the 49ers?
I will, yes. I don't know what the spread is, but we'll just do it straight up.
Okay.
It's 1 point the last I heard.
It's 1 point.
Yeah.
KC, who's favored?
I think, no.
I'm going to check the.
Kansas
I'm going to
City.
check the lines. Oh, who? Don back at the studio.
Kansas City 1.5. Kansas City.
1.5 now.
Hey,
okay.
Greg, he can only take so much of that football because he's obviously a sports guy. You know? He can only take so much of us going like, well, if they score touchdown points, then they might win.
Hey,
You know,
Don,
No,
like
none
that.
of us is. Cody Ann and Greg are. She's
Hey,
going to
Don.
just stomp them down.
I am.
there.
I am. I cannot wait.
Wait, Don, back in the studio. What's the over/under? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
What's the total? I'm going to figure out what the total is when we come back. We're
do
going to
it.
make a friendly little bet here. I'm going to tell you the exact score, if you'd like to know, of the 49ers-Chiefs game, Super Bowl tomorrow. I'm going to tell you when we get back. And we're going to talk to Aspen Baking. Continue on right here from Studio Kitchen,
Yay.
Colorado. It is the Modern Eater Show, iHeartRadio.
All right, what a great opening segment. Holy cow, it's a little loud in here. Holy cow. Let's hear it. I got to tell you, one thing you can't see is how many people are in this place. Speaking of people in this place, we got kind of a big shot. We got John Fiorelli.
Correct.
From Mountain Sun Pub. He's the big cheese. He's the big cheese when it comes to brewing.
Thanks.
And so he's going to be on later. This is a little teaser. What did you bring tonight to put on the table and show?
I brought 2 beers tonight. This one here is our coconut cream stout.
Wow! Where did that come from?
It's a fun beer. We used to have a homebrew contest, and this is one of the winners, and we've been brewing it for about 15 years now.
That sounds like if the Candy Bar Mounds brewed beer, that's what it would be.
We make a lot of beers for Stout Month that have those type of ingredients.
Man, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Thanks for coming. You guys are going to learn way more about John and way more about Mountain Sun. There's a lot to learn. They've got some great beers. So that'll be coming up. Don't go anywhere. In the meantime, we got a couple words from our sponsors, Ewing Levitt, Colorado Mills, and A+ Beverage Solutions. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Everybody needs insurance, but do you have the insurance you need? When we opened Studio Kitchen, Colorado, home of the modern eater, we had no idea what insurance we needed. We didn't even know where to begin. Times like that, I turn to the experts. Our insurance expert, Brian Brenning with the Ewing Levitt Agency. Brian makes the coverage discovery process easy and seamless. Here's what you can expect from Brian and the team at Ewing Levitt. The absolute safest coverage, fair, low rates, quick response time, and honest, straightforward service. I've been in business 40 years. I trust Brian Brenning and Ewing Levitt Agency. He's not just an insurance expert. He's my friend. Make him your friend and expert, too, by calling the Ewing Levitt Agency today, 970-679-7374. For the best and most reliable insurance coverage, that's 970-679-7374. It's the Ewing Levitt Agency. Hey, chef friends, it's Little Rich here from
30 seconds till I read.
Tortillas, known for hyper-local, innovative, and healthy tortillas served by Colorado's top chefs, and that's why we only use Colorado Mills sunflower oil. If you, too, want to serve the healthiest, most vibrant-tasting foods, you must use Colorado Mills. Colorado Mills is hyper-local, Colorado-grown.
10 seconds till I read.
Whether you bake, fry, or saute, get your Colorado Mills today. Available
5 seconds.
Stores Organic and Dawn Foods. For the best oil in the business, use Colorado Mills.
Bring it over.
All right, back to the show with Greg, Cody Ann, and Crystal.
And Brian.
Yeah, that was tacky.
Yeah, and that other guy standing there looking awkward.
Are we talking about
Aspen Baking? Yeah.
Yes, this is what. So every week, did you know that? Every week we do a live. We take the time, we talk about Aspen Baking Company. Jay does a great job. First of all, do you want to hear what he says?
I'd love to.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've heard it.
Do what you say.
Does he switch it
Well,
up?
let's correct him if we need
Heard
to.
it.
Let's correct him if we need to. All right, do your Aspen Baking live, Jay.
All right, now it's time of the show where we talk about bread, and more specifically, Aspen Baking Company. Hollis and Cody Ann do a great job over there making, well, they don't make it, but they're
now
part of it.
we got to put Crystal in there.
Crystal's in there,
Crystal's
too, now.
in it. Well, she does.
Hollis,
okay.
Cody Ann, and Crystal.
I'm going off of my notes.
No, I know. So we're
going off of my
making the
notes.
changes right
okay,
now.
Hollis, Cody Ann, and Crystal do a fantastic job over at Aspen Baking Company. AspenBaking.com is where you go to get hoagies, focaccias, ciabattas, baguettes, croissants, bear claws, lobster rolls, pound cakes, coffee cakes, and more. And if you enjoy catering, like I know you do, Brian Freeman, they do boxed lunches, and they're using some delicious Rome sausage in those boxed lunches. So again, it's AspenBaking.com. That's where you go to get great bread, but you don't get preservatives, you don't get artificial coloring, and you don't get chemicals.
I like the sourdough.
Non-GMO.
I mean, that's my deal.
Do you guys do French bread? I mean, French roll?
Ooh, wait,
We do.
non-GMO? All your stuff is non-GMO?
Yeah. And we also do king cakes.
King cakes?
Yeah.
Write it down.
Ooh, king cakes.
Ooh, and
So
other
make sure you
pastries?
put that in there, especially
What kind
with
of
this
sugary
time.
pastries do you do? Do you do any?
But do we do any?
Do you do anything like
Our Danishes are my favorite product. I had 2 on Friday.
Yeah,
Dude,
the
Danishes,
Danishes are so
scones.
I have an affection for Danish.
They're amazing.
They're good. Oh.
We actually have an amazing cinnamon roll, which I love. It's the icing is like sprinkled right on top.
Okay.
I have a big sweet tooth.
I love it.
Working at Aspen has not helped that.
AspenBaking.com has all of your bread needs and
bread.
apparently Danishes.
Hashtag, how's your
Oh,
Aspen?
Danishes, scones, muffins,
The whole
do it
nine.
all. Yeah.
You're going to hear more about that when we come back in just a second with Aspen Baking.
Thanks, Jay.
Hey, this is Brother Luck from Colorado Springs. All right, you ready? Owner of 4 by Brother Luck and Lucky Dumplings. I mean, he's a very, very impressive man. And you're rocking with the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Yes, that is not yours. We were talking about this Mardi Gras ring that has a little baby in it. Aspen Baking Company here with us, and Cody Ann and Crystal. New addition.
Are you going to try to cut
team.
into that right here?
I'm just going to poke to see if I hit the baby.
Oh my God.
Oh,
What? That's where I thought the baby would be.
That's bad luck.
No, bad luck. No, does that mean bad luck? Nope, there's a baby right there.
Oh no.
There's a
get
baby.
out of here,
Yep.
did he?
Aspen Baking.
Wait, which way are you going with it?
So you have to buy it next year.
Wait, yeah, which way are you going with this?
No, there's no baby in my cup. It'll totally be in Cody.
You get one more cut right there. Go for it.
Because segments go by so quick.
Let's talk Aspen.
Let's talk
Aspen.
I like
we can get back
Aspen.
to this baby.
We can't do that. We can do this the whole show, the baby thing, but we can't do Aspen the whole show. All right, you guys, seriously, Aspen Baking Company, I'm in love. But I had a tour.
Yes.
People can't go get a tour.
I know.
Can they? Wear shoes.
Yeah.
You can't, and you should know that, Greg. If you go into a food production facility, wear shoes. Yes, wear open. Sorry, but they wouldn't let me in, so there's no problem with that. In the facility, you're doing so much, and you're delivering the delicious baked goods like constantly. Talk about the model of what you guys are
so
doing.
everything is direct. We have our customers call in the day before, 11:30 a.m. order deadline. Everything is made. Everything's packed. Our drivers get in there, and when all of our customers get to their restaurant the next morning, or coffee shop, hotel, office buildings, they are welcomed by lovely pastries and breads, grab-and-go, box lunches. Our grab-and-go kitchen actually was just completely built out. The second little build-out of that kitchen. So it's been so cool. We're bursting at the seams.
Cody, and wait a second, though. She said she custom makes bread for everybody. How do you do that? How can you make
by order, right? You
by
can't make it
order,
by
like
order.
every day? You guys are making what? Okay, whoa. So it's always fresh, right?
Always fresh. Everything is baked fresh for next day delivery. Everything's made fresh. Our box lunches, our grab and go.
What do you find?
It's unbelievable.
What do you find your customer is? Who do you find are the people that really love Aspen?
Everyone. No, so any of the hotels, coffee shops, we have a great, big presence with office buildings, especially with the box lunches, because that's huge. Lunch and learns, you have so many different opportunities where people are bringing in catering, and everyone gets sick of the same day-to-day rotation. We have amazing options in Denver, but Aspen's new. We're fresh, and we're able to bring all of that in. So that's been a huge opportunity for us.
That's where I was going to go with it. I mean, completely. If you care about ingredients, if you care about your customers, if you care about carrying the best of the best, and you care about freshness, I mean, that's when you're going to do business with Aspen Baking.
Yeah.
If you want to freeze something in your kitchen, you're holding on to it for a long time, or you need those preservatives for shelf life, probably Aspen might not be your fit. Right?
Yeah, it lasts a long
Well,
time.
Greg, and what Cody Ann said, though, is it's more about this right now. They've got this box lunch thing going on, which I think is huge because all these associations.
Have you had one? I've had one.
Yeah.
And the breakfast.
Yeah, we had it right here together. Don't you
Are you
remember?
doing breakfast, too?
We are doing Rome's breakfast sausages. Yes, of course.
In like a breakfast burrito or what?
No, they are in like breakfast sandwiches. We're
Breakfast
doing bagels,
sandwiches.
English muffins. We can do croissants. We can do it all. But
I love
it's
it.
been really fun because I know our owner, Jeff, really never had or anticipated to bring on this whole box lunch business in the grab and go, but we had such a need from our chefs. People kept calling in asking if we could do this, because it's labor intensive. It's it can be a headache if you already have a huge production going on in your kitchen. And so for us to take the headache out of it and just bring it in, as well as catering, we get stuck in the same, couple restaurants bringing something in, and it's the same thing every time. And Aspen's new. We're here to help, and we have the variety to. We mess with it all.
Oh, Cody, and look at your buns right over here on
They look
this
delicious.
Aspen. Yep. And that's Under the Sun from Boulder. Those burgers look great.
I think you made a good point. A lot of chefs would probably get this, and their job was to make sandwiches for it.
Yes.
You're like, okay, well, let's just cut that out because we can still use this delicious bread.
Yeah.
But we're also going to make you the box lunch itself.
We'll take the hassle out of it. We'll take the stress out. You don't have to worry about anything. It will be there for you.
I just think of businesses, even iHeartRadio, you go back to the station, they're constantly, board meetings, you have people that are coming in, and you just don't want to worry about it, but you want the reliability and the quality to lay, and why not do local?
Oh, Greg, every day of the week I am invited to a breakfast or a lunch.
Yes.
Where someone is trying to give me some information, and they provide food. And what a better way to be able to do this in the conference room where now all of a sudden you just call Aspen Baking.
And box lunches are great for lunch and learns,
Yep.
anything of that nature, because you have a full box with a full meal. You have no idea how long the duration of that meeting is going to last. You just take that box and take it with you. You
Wait,
can
and
finish
is
it
that
later.
delivered?
Yes, it's delivered.
Oh, I mean, that's it right there.
I mean, we take all the stress off of you, make our customers look good.
Well, you should be really worrying about your function, not the food at the function.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
I mean,
that shouldn't be what you're worried
that.
about. So let us worry about that.
Crystal, you're relatively new.
Yes, I
to
am.
the company.
Yeah.
One thing that strikes me about Aspen Baking Company and a lot of businesses suffer from this type of thing. Aspen doesn't. It's the culture. Such a great culture with you guys at Aspen Baking Company.
It's a family. It really is.
Yeah. So what strikes you as being new to Aspen and you're coming on, you're meeting with their accounts? Are you finding, what are you finding? I don't want to put words in there.
So yeah, I knew Cody Ann beforehand, but I didn't know most of the staff beforehand. Jeff is actually a good friend of mine already. So, with my background, we just thought it'd be a good thing. It'd be a good fit. So.
What is your background? Do you mind me asking?
Yeah, so I've been in the restaurant industry a bit. I used to work at Cherry Creek Country Club. I've dabbled in the restaurant industry while in school. I did work as a PRA right before this, which my job was totally different, but it was a sales position. So now I'm just selling
sales
bread.
and service industry.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you want to
Sales
cut
and
this,
service.
see if you get a baby?
Sure.
Come on, let's see this.
I don't want a baby,
Come on,
but
let's see if you get a baby out of there. Oh, that looks like, yeah. See, if I thought that bread was pregnant, it'd be right there. I can't believe you went for that.
This is kind of a bigger
No
cut,
baby.
so.
You get two.
If you guys are just tuning
How
into
do you
the
know?
show right now, we have a Mardi Gras cake that apparently has a baby in the middle.
It might be in here.
I mean,
Real?
I don't get what it is. There's a baby in there, like there's a little plastic baby, or
So
there's-
everyone gets a
Southern
cut
thing.
out of it, and
So
then
you have
whoever
to-
gets the
you
cut
have to
that has.
so you cut pieces and
Yeah.
Oh.
You
have
eat
to
it.
buy it
I
next
had
year.
it. Yeah, you eat it, and if you're eating it, you
Yeah,
get the
and
baby.
normally somebody might come and just cut the whole thing up, and then you take a piece, and if your piece has it in there.
How big is this baby?
Like that's
Are you going
We
to
don't know
Are
yet.
you going to choke on it?
not-
Well, I'm just
plastic.
I'm paranoid. I'm going
might
to
choke
swallow
on
a
it.
little
So, yeah.
plastic baby from a crib. You know,
sure
like
it's
a.
happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
All
You have some horror-
Cody Ann, I'm going to throw you in the fire because I do this every time. Here it is.
Always.
This is the time to where you get the 60-second elevator speech. You've never done business with Aspen. You have a need. You're hearing, okay, they have fresh, delicious bread of all sorts. They can call you up, but why do they want to? 60 seconds of this is why you need to contact us.
Okay. Fresh bread, baked fresh every single day. We have customer service. We're direct, so you're not going through the big service change and distributors. But we put our heart and soul into everything, and we now have every single inch of the catering and bread world that you could ever need. Just give us a call. Like, we're doing king cakes. We're doing box lunches. We're doing hot breakfast sandwiches. We've got all the focaccia, ciabatta, fresh sourdough loaves, which, you know, is
Yes.
unbelievable.
Yes,
When is it frozen?
It's the hard. The easy part about my job is I don't really have to sell.
Yeah.
It's just, here's our product. Here's what we do. Do you
Quality
want
speaks for itself.
to join our team? Yeah.
And local.
That's it. Yeah.
That's
Local, hyper local.
I thought she'd throw, because she threw me off. I'm like, I'm going to throw Cody Ann off. Didn't throw you off a bit. That's exactly what you want to do. You guys are great. Are you going to mingle a little bit?
Yeah, we
Meet some
will.
other people. Are those your buns that
They
were
are.
using?
They are.
Yes.
Right there.
Fantastic. Well, we
Right here,
gotta
there's
get-
a burger right there. I'm about to dive into.
Can we showcase this?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
look at that.
Yeah, we
Hold that.
actually
perfect
earlier today,
burger.
Crystal and I were both at
Would you hold this?
a new
and then we'll grab
restaurant.
that camera right there. Look at that camera right there. There you go. Showcase
Vanna
it.
White's. Here we go.
That looks fantastic. That's a burger.
It
right there.
is.
That's the
It's
way
great.
you want that to be.
Happy.
High quality, and Jeffrey, if you're watching right now, hope we did a good job for you. Why not? This is great. All's well in the world. Super Bowl Eve. Great weekend, and a week ahead. We're going to continue on in the next segment. Do you know who's coming up, Little Rich?
Lots of fun and laughing.
We're going right to Under the Sun Eatery and Pizzeria. Chef Nick Swanson's here with us, and we'll catch up with. Oh man, I guess they're ready. He's back here. He's doing a great job commanding the kitchen in here tonight. So we'll bring him on over here. Cody Ann, Crystal, you guys are great.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so much for having us on.
Absolutely,
We always love it.
Love having you here.
Love
Aspen Baking Company will be back in a flash right here to Studio Kitchen, Colorado.
Man, this is a great show. There's so much fun. It's a different energy in here. Hey, look who I've got with me. Dan from Meridiem Spirits.
Hey, Rich.
We're going to do another teaser. He's going to be on the table a segment later. But Dan, from Meridiem Spirits, what did you bring tonight?
We brought some gin and we brought some vodka, and we're going to make a couple cocktails for the boys on the radio show.
Now,
and maybe you.
I have a question for you. Have you been already serving a couple cocktails over there?
Well, I actually made one, and now everybody's kind of jumping in over there on the vodka and the gin, so
yeah,
it's going to get a little crazy here.
It sounds like you've been serving quite a few cocktails over there. So on the cocktails tonight, what do you think you're going to be making for us?
I've got a gin cocktail that mixes gin, lemon juice, and beer, which is pretty fun. And then we're going to do a spiked vodka. It's a sweet tea and vodka.
These guys, one of our newest sponsors, a great spirit, great products. Put them in your bar, make money, make your customers happy. Hey, we're going to take a break. In this break, we've got The Goods, Mark Whistler, The Spice Guy, and Aspen Baking. Again, more with Aspen Baking. We love those guys, and you will too. We'll be back.
Eat delicious food and drinks, but I also want to eat where I know my money is going to a local restaurant that I believe in. I believe in the Goods restaurant on Colfax and Mark Whistler. The Goods is a community restaurant and bar with a menu focusing on vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, and keto options. Comfort food lovers, try the best burger on planet Earth. I love it. 8 ounces of grass-fed beef and never, ever
Live read 1 minute.
or steroids. The Goods is truly a cultural melting pot, a family restaurant open to all. Their bar program is amazing. Saddle up at their long, luxurious bar, have a nice craft beer or a cocktail. Like their Facebook page and stay up on amazing events and specials going on throughout the week. Located on East Colfax, directly connected to the Tattered Cover Bookstore, across from East High School with free parking in a garage in back. Look them up online, thegoodsrestaurant.com. I'll see you at the Goods.
Wear black and eat spice.
30 seconds till I read.
This is Zach from The Spice Guy, Colorado's favorite spice company. Spice is the variety of life. At The Spice Guy, we have a passion for sourcing the best ingredients from the best farmers all over the world. Choose from thousands of different GMO-free spices and ingredients. Or let us create and blend custom flavor
15 till I read.
food it is that you're working with. With over 1,000 restaurants, food brands, and
10 seconds.
you can't go wrong when you choose The Spice Guy for all your spice needs. The Spice Guy.
5 seconds till I read.
Born in Breck, raised in Denver.
TheSpiceGuyCo.com.
Yep, that's right. You're tuned into the Modern Eater Show. And what does that mean? You're hearing local and hyper-local. There was the Spice Guy. You just heard from Aspen Baking. And now I'm going to tell you about Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions, he's the man when it comes to installations of tap lines. Also, what else do you need? You have them installed. Time for the maintenance.
Yeah, updated. Come on, constant.
You need to maintain your tap lines. Nothing tackier, Jay, as a lifetime bartender.
I don't know about lifetime, but yeah, pretty close. It's getting there. It's getting close.
You would know there's nothing worse than when you have to jockey these tap lines, pour out foam. It looks bad. It's tacky. You just don't want your customer to see it. Your business would do a lot better if you got a hold of Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. The tap installation of your dreams is what he can do for you. But at the same time, if you're adding a line, a water line, a nitro line, a wine line, Jeff Rourke has got you covered. The easiest thing to do is give him a phone call. This is his cell phone, 720-272-3809.
You jumped into that so fast. Give me a second. I'll get a pen.
720-272-3809. Get a hold of him. His name's Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions.
Hi, Michael Myers from Distillery 291. I'll say whatever you want me to say. That'll get me in trouble. Ride it like you stole it. Drink it like you own it. You're listening to The Modern Eater on iHeartRadio.
Hey, welcome back to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. Also streaming live. Go to themoderneater.com. You can catch us there. But also, if you like to have fun and give a little feedback, check us out on Facebook and YouTube. And you can leave some comments. I don't know. I haven't been looking in.
Yeah, throw us a comment. Throw us a question.
I should share this to my Facebook page.
You are more than welcome.
So here it is. I've been wanting to have this conversation for the longest time. Under the Sun, Eatery and Pizzeria here with us. Now we have Chef Nick here with us. How are you? What's going on?
Doing really well. Glad to be here.
It's a good night, right?
Absolutely.
And GM here with us. Will, how are you?
Doing well.
Will
Thanks for
Duerman
having
and
us.
Chef Nick Swanson. These guys are here with us right now. You got basically the whole staff. It's
we
Saturday.
Brought some people.
You did
we
bring
brought
some people. Let's
with us.
hear. Come on, prove it. Prove it.
Come on, guys. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I know it. We got the home team in here tonight. The food's delicious. The beers, I can't wait. Stout month. Happy Stout
Today.
month.
Yeah.
Right?
Month, yeah,
You're drinking
exactly.
stout right now. Sorry you don't have your own glass.
That's okay.
Yeah. You share. Breweries are actually really cool with sharing. Jay, how'd you come across these gents? You know, I ask him that question all the time. He's like, I can't remember.
Man,
come on, you can say they're tied to growers. It's a
well, no,
you know.
We are.
I would have
I
loved
know.
it.
Be lying.
I would have loved a connection, Brian, but I didn't get it from you. Truthfully, I need to defend myself because I reach out and talk to so many people, as you can imagine, just trying to book the show that I truly can't remember. Now, that being said, I'm showing their website and their Instagram.
I thought you were defending yourself here. What point is that? Yeah.
Well, but my defense.
Let me defend myself. Well, I just don't know.
I mean, is there any better defense than ignorance?
You should have just. I tried to line you right up, babe.
Let's jump into it.
I tried to take care of you, man.
Guys, Under the Sun, right? Let's talk. Who wants to do this? Please clear all of this up for me because you have Vine Street, you have Under the Sun.
There's
a lot.
Mountain Sun. Mountain Sun.
Okay, well, let them do it.
Mothership.
Okay,
I'll let Will explain that.
Well,
We'll
actually,
give you the
let's
rundown
let
on
Brian explain it because he's acting like he knows everything right now. Go ahead.
Do it. I'll just piece in what
I know
what
a
you
little
need.
bit.
Go ahead.
I think it all started at the Mountain Sun, which
You're right.
was a brewery
You're right.
in Boulder.
You gave him confidence because he took his hands out of the pocket.
I mean, and you guys have been around since
93.
Yeah, 90s.
you knew
So, well, here's why I know it, because I have a good friend that goes there religiously. So when we talk about Little Rich and being the church of Little Rich, the culinary church here at Modern Eater, this guy goes to your place every single day. Some of the nuances that I love about you guys, you're cash only, right?
Cash only. Yeah.
Yep, cash only, old school. They pull their tips.
I'm sorry.
It is like so you go upstairs and you get just the which is Mountain
I'm just
and
gonna
it's
take these
pizza
off and leave.
right there. Well, no. I mean I love you guys. And then Under the Sun is their quaint little it's their food, more of the food heavy
Yep.
downstairs. Entree focused. Yep.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that you got to go there just for is the art.
All right, Mr.
They do
Will.
this chalk artwork stuff that's incredible.
No, this is good.
But I mean, well, because if you've been there, I'll tell you, a huge line of taps, all local beers, great art, chalk art in the place that constantly have a new artist and it's updated. There's just so much cool stuff going on. I mean, and you can jump in and tell us about your Denver location and
Can you just stop
all
talking
the other.
about it, man? I mean, I love you, and you're doing a great job. But I just got to hear a different voice in my headset for a couple of seconds.
I know. I can't tell you. I'm in love with you guys.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's flattering. You pretty much nailed that.
I'm still confused, though. So
well, he'll lay it down. He'll lay it down
help
for
me
you.
out, Will.
So, yeah, we started with Mountain Sun, and we've grown from there. Southern Sun was the second place. And then we opened up our location down in Denver. And then we had the opportunity to open up a slightly different concept, sort of, I guess if you want to call it that, with Under the Sun. And so we just tried to take a different play on the menu and just kind of challenge ourselves in a different way, which has been a ton of fun. And then we opened up our fifth location out in Longmont. And, yeah, just kind of been cranking ever since. Most of the locations are fairly similar. Under the Sun is definitely different. We like to just explain it as, the different room in the house of pubs. So same philosophies, pull tip system, art on the wall, like you were saying. Same deal, just different menu.
So we're going to spend these first two segments talking food. Next hour, we're going to talk beer. Although I wish I had a stout here now. Maybe
we can get you one.
Solicit one of those stouts. We'll get one over here for sure. But let's go to you, chef.
Okay.
So are you chef? You're doing the whole
kit
and caboodle.
Yes. We have
Executive
full creative reign of the whole menu, which is nice.
Gotcha.
We also have Under the Sun Catering, which is kind of a little side project that we've built over the past couple years.
Looking at it now.
Nice.
Yep. We do a lot of work all in and around Boulder, Denver, up in Lyons. A lot of weddings, a lot of fun stuff.
What brought on the catering? What was? I mean, were you just having people ask for a lot of to-go?
We were, yeah. We were doing events inside the restaurant. We were doing wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, things like that. And then they were inquiring if we wanted to do them outside of the restaurant. And it kind of just built from there. So we have some good relationships up at Lyons at a couple venues. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Riverbend or the Farmette. Great people up there. So we do a lot up in that area. But, yeah, that's kind of grown over the past couple of years. But we try to focus as much as we can on what we have going on in-house. Like Will said, we were the fourth location? Fourth location. We were the first one with a pizza oven. So we have a wood-fired pizza oven. It's straight wood, no gas assist, anything like that. And then Long's Peak in Longmont, they opened up and they went with a wood-fired oven as well. So they have pizzas as well. But, again, like Will said, we're the only ones that kind of have more of an entree-driven menu. So, you know, I plated up the shrimp and grits today to give you kind of an idea of some of the things that we do.
I'm looking at your menu. First of all, Under the Sun, Eatery and Pizzeria.com. I'm on menu right now. There are so many great entrees, ingredients, starters here that I'm looking at. A Nashville hot chicken sandwich, salmon.
Well, wait, a few of these, though. There's a southern
roasted chicken. Yeah,
a little bit. You know, a little bit.
A southern twist on this.
You know, we stick with that contemporary American theme, as we like to call it. So we kind of spread the love around. Little Italian. You know, we have house-made potato gnocchi that we do. But, yeah, then we do have a Nashville hot and the shrimp and grits. So, you know, we head down south a little bit.
That is just calling my name. You cooked it up in the kitchen here tonight. You got the wings.
Yes, the wings are dynamite. You know, we have a Traeger smoker that we use. We throw them on the smoker first, flash fry them. House-made Creole season. We toss in that dry rub, dip in a little ranch, and you're good to go.
Man.
I'm going to try both of these real quick.
Yeah, you should.
How long have you been with them?
So I actually started almost 7 years ago now down at Mountain Sun. I was there for 2.5 years, and then when the opportunity arose, the position opened up at Under the Sun, I jumped at it. You know, went down there, and me and Will kind of went down at the same time to take over, and we've been there, almost 5 years, something like that.
How much has the menu changed over those 5 years?
A lot. I
Really?
think the only thing that hasn't changed probably the roasted chicken, right?
And the wood-fired cookie.
And the wood-fired
Those are the two
cookie,
things that have stuck around.
If you take the wood-fired cookie off the menu, people will kill you.
Now, was it one of those things to where a new broom sweeps clean and you went in and changed, or you just said, okay, let's take a look at this? And I always think that's
It was a slow approach.
It was very much like that. You know, we went down there and just kind of assessed what was happening and really just it kind of just organically happened the way that it needed to. He was able to do what he wanted to. I was able to do what I wanted to. And like he was saying, we had a lot of freedom over the menu and freedom to, like, move things around. And so it was kind of cool to just let it organically happen. We didn't go in and just, like, completely wipe everything out and start over. The foundation was there for sure.
You said organically a couple of times. I'm going to jump into food. Colorado, we love ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
Sourcing and those types of things. Do you have much liberty on where you're getting some product from?
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know.
Because that's our jam.
Our man Brian over there, we work closely with Growers Organic. Unbelievable company. Can't say enough about that. And I'm not just saying it because he's standing in front of me.
And truly, I always say, Chef, if you're working with Brian Freeman and Growers Organic, and I know that, and I see that you were doing, and then that sets the standard for me.
Yeah,
that you're doing.
So that's one of many companies we try to work with.
Local
I mean, even down to the burger right here. You know, our burger patties come from Steele's Meats in Lafayette. It's a family-run company for, gosh, I don't know how many years. I'd probably try to throw a number out there, but I might upset the dad.
I would love
trying to put an age on the man.
I'd love for you to name drop some of your who.
Yeah, well, so Steele's Meats, Chris is the son. He took over I don't know how many years ago. Chuck's the dad. We've been doing business with them almost since Mountain Sun opened back in '93. They source their beef from farms all over Colorado. So it's an unbelievable product. You know, our chicken, we only use Redbird Farms, as everyone knows, started here in Denver. So we use that.
Let's do that. Actually, let's take a break. I think because we might be able to turn you guys on to some things. That's what I love about the networking and local and
we'll talk shop all day.
Just having you guys here in the kitchen. This is so much fun. I'm glad you guys are here with us. Absolutely. They're going to continue on to the next segment, and we have Will and Chef Nick Swanson here with us. So we'll take a break. We'll turn around real quick. Come on back. It'll be back in a flash. You hang on right there. Don't go anywhere. This is cool. This is fun. We'll continue with Under the Sun, Eatery and Pizzeria next, right here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. Little Rich?
Okay, listen to Greg. Don't go anywhere. Stay here. Stay right here. Hey, I've got Mark from Trubucha. You just gave me a little sip of the ginger beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable. And look, what else did you bring today?
We got our new prickly pear kombucha here.
Oh, that's incredible. Where are you getting the prickly pear?
Well, of course, from Brian with Growers Organics.
Who else? So this isn't syrups or any of that stuff. It's the real.
It's the real deal.
Man, so you're going to be on a segment later this evening?
Yep.
What are you going to be showing? This and what else? The prickly?
Whatever Greg wants me to show. We brought a couple things with us, so we'll see where it goes.
That's going to be incredible. And word on the street is, Mark, you may be one of our new sponsors. We're hoping.
That's right.
We're trying.
We're coming on board.
I tell you, I want you here. Like we've got the guys from Mountain Sun, a great group of people. They should have some of your stuff here. I
would agree.
I'm just saying, Mountain Sun, you might want to take a look into that. Hey, we're going to be right back. We've got some words on this break from Ardent Mills, the world's largest flour miller. Fourth, Rebecca, she's going to be on the show in a little while. And Proud Souls Barbecue. They just are getting ready to open up a new spot. We'll be back.
Latest tortillas and the modern eater. Our wraps fold cold and don't break open, yet they're soft and delicious. What's my secret? Ardent Mills. Organic, ancient, and heirloom grains like quinoa, spelt, and more. Locally headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Ardent Mills provides the industry's broadest range of traditional and organic flours, whole grains, customized blends, and specialty products dedicated to providing the culinary industry with the next grains and unique plant-based ingredients. I love Ardent Mills, and I know you will too. To bake the best, you must use the best. Learn more at ardentmills.com.
Taxes, payroll, and workman's comp? Ugh. If you're a business owner, I bet hearing me say those dirty words made you cringe. Hi, I'm Rebecca Berry with Fourth, and I know growing and managing a business can seem overwhelming and just daunting at times. But at Fourth, we've got you covered. Fourth knows you want to take your business to the next level. Fourth was designed to be the partner you need and will allow you to free up your time and resources to do what you do best, grow and manage your business. Call me. Let's talk about how I can help. 720-436-8047. That's 720-436-8047. Rebecca with Fourth.
Listen up, barbecue lovers. Greg Holland back here for Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. Proud Souls is Denver's authority of all things barbecue. Do you rule your neighborhood with the best backyard barbecue? From beginners to pit masters, Proud Souls has all the equipment you could possibly want. A variety of wood, pellet, and charcoal grills and smokers. Award-winning pit masters and owners of Proud Souls, Dan and Tony, have a passion for barbecue, and it shows. Located on 25th and Federal, Proud Souls retail store is bursting at the seams with your barbecuing essentials, the Spice Guy spices, and superior flavored fuels for your pit like hickory, mesquite, oak, pecan, cherry, apple, peach, maple, grape, and a variety of blends. Hit their website, ProudSoulsBBQ.com, for delicious hands-on barbecue classes and get information on current promotions and deals. For the best in barbecue, locally owned and operated on 25th and Federal, there are guys. Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. That's ProudSoulsBBQ.com.
Whose cuisine reigns supreme? You're listening to the Modern Eater Show, the ultimate gourmet challenge. And it's time for In the Kitchen.
Okay, welcome back to Studio Kitchen Colorado. It is In the Kitchen time, and that's when we love to talk about food, Brian.
Man, and I can't get enough of this food from under the sun right now. Chef Nick here's with us.
It's phenomenal. And, Will, I think you can testify. Let's testify to this food. Gents, it's good. It is really, really good what you brought us here tonight. And to utilize our kitchen, you were in here like you've been here 1,000 times.
Well, it's well set up. I mean, you guys are stocked in here.
Thank you.
It's great. It's got everything you kind of want.
What'd you think of that Yoder?
It's unbelievable.
That's fun.
Gets cranking hot.
Absolutely.
Nice little hot and cold spots, different zones, which is nice. So
when we broke off, actually, first of all, I didn't give my Super Bowl prediction, but I do want to recognize who said, Patrick Crackhead on Facebook said, this is some good-looking food going on right now. I love it. You know Patrick?
No,
you don't
know.
know.
That name's awesome, though.
Well, he's there.
And it was Craghead, not Crag. It sounded like Crackhead.
I said Crackhead.
I don't know any crackheads. Okay.
Patrick Crackhead loves your food.
No offense to Patrick.
Yeah. The number on the viewership, the numbers just spiked up when I said Patrick Crackhead. I'm just going to...
He's got a big following.
Do that a couple of times. So people are recognizing that your food is delicious, but you got to try it yourself. The locations, I think the best thing to do is just go to the website to see all of the locations.
Yes, that's the easiest.
Yeah, and I was on there just a second ago.
Well, I think if you go to mountainsunpub.com, that lists all 5 locations.
That's where I'm at right now. Mountain Sun, it'll look a little like that. Mountain Sun Pub.
We're about to redo that whole thing. It's been 10 years in the making.
Well, and I challenge people to go for a trip. Go to one of your places like in Longmont.
Oh, absolutely.
Go to one of your shops. Go out on date night.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a great spot for that.
Yeah.
Great spot.
When we broke off, we were talking about sourcing ingredients. Now, Brian, and Jay, every year, we go on a 10-day road trip in June. during the summer solstice. And we just tour the state and get a bunch of local ingredients. We meet with farmers and ranchers and agriculture and it's breweries, distilleries. It's actually really fun, but informative. We get to meet and learn about a lot of local ingredients. When we're done with that, we do a summer dinner series right here in the kitchen. So we have the farmers on the screen. We're talking to them. Maybe you guys might want to get involved with something like that.
Yeah, it'd be great.
It's just such a great state for those types of things. Your influence, where are you getting your information? How are you networking? I just love to hear people's story when it comes to food.
I mean, the cool thing about having the restaurant and the freedom that we have so many people that come in,
us, yeah.
you know, and you just kind of go out and you start a conversation with them, you know, and before you know it, you meet these people that own farms or starting farms or, you know, beekeepers, things like that you just otherwise would have no idea. And you kind of, you know, you create this network and it becomes this nice community. So, and like you said, there's so many farms around. We're lucky enough to work with companies, you know, like Red Wagon Farm, Isabel Farms. I mean, big names that a lot of people know that, you know, you develop these relationships, and it's worked out really well for us.
Isn't it crazy how fortunate you are? Because in Boulder, you really have access. I think unlike so many places in the country, Boulder is really an epicenter for good food.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
And, Brian, you actually, with Growers Organic, you kind of make it easier for folks to source those great farms. You know,
well, we're able to work with those exact same farms to get their reach farther. And that's what's cool.
Let's
those
do
kinds
this.
Of relationships.
And this isn't vulnerability at all, but let's jump in and say, what are some things that you're looking for? Is there anything out there you're like, I'd love to play with that, or I need this, or this is local Colorado cool stuff, Chef?
Yeah, I mean, on the creative spectrum, you're looking for something that's unique, you know, like you kind of want something that sets yourself apart. So it's nice when you work with these farms that are trying new products all the time, you know. They're not just putting out the same tomatoes that everybody else is doing. They're bringing different varietals you've never heard of, you know, things I've never seen.
Did you choke on that baby?
I just
Did you eat that baby? The baby's up, Jay.
Hey, man, that's what I was saying. That's what I was worried about, bro. Like, that's, I mean.
That's real stuff.
Yeah, that's.
I barely chew my food.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
He tried to pawn that off on you.
That was in that cake. Did you know that? I know that's a thing.
He wins.
I
don't know what he wins.
No, it was our boy Dave, the sound guy.
Yeah.
Really,
Dave?
Dave was bragging.
That's right. Okay, Dave, you're gonna have a baby. That's terrifying all in itself, but it's coming right up for you. It's better than you having your 7th kid or whatever.
Yes, it definitely is better than me having any more.
He's got a lot.
Change an act of God to make that one happen, but
get the baby in the cake. It's gonna happen. Brian, what's something cool out right now? What's something that chefs need to make?
Well, you know what's interesting? As we're switching seasons, one of the things that's hard, and I think it has to do with like what we have with the way the new weather patterns or global, you know, whatever you want to call it, global weather is changing.
I asked him such a simple, direct question.
I know, but here's what I'm going to say. It's English peas.
It's not a simple answer.
Yeah, I jump into it's already springtime in the world of like where we're getting our food. Because the reality is when we get English peas in Colorado, it's not until June or July.
That's true.
But that's way past spring and when you should be eating English peas. And so that's what's hard. I think, you know, like right now, we're in a great time of citrus. Everyone should be using some kind of like a blood orange. Yeah, right now we have.
I want a secret. This isn't a secret to Chef. Although we did learn about
trust me, there's a lot of chefs that don't know.
What was that new
right
apple
now
that we came across last year out of Palisade? That new apple.
Oh, the Evercrisp. That's going to be, it's a mix between a Honeycrisp and a Mexican Fuji.
It's delicious.
That's going to be a new apple that we have a grower growing for this season. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, you guys are going to be, right? I mean, every location.
We're selling the wings all day long. Buck a wing all day.
Buck a wing?
Buck a wing all day.
I mean,
I know.
And these big fat wings?
Big fat wings for $1, yeah.
You guys, these are not like any skimpy wings.
Yeah,
I like these.
Let them talk about the wings. And
okay, yeah.
The buck a wing.
Super easy. You just call up and tell us how many you want. It's a buck a wing. We pack them up for you. You come pick them up. Your party's made.
How many can you sell? Like if someone comes in for 10,000, are you there?
Is this a challenge?
That's $10,000. That's $10,000.
Challenge accepted.
We'll make that happen, right? We'll make that happen for sure. You guys are great. Shout outs to folks that you work with, people that are rock stars within the business.
We just have a great family atmosphere in our pubs. You know, I mean, all the GMs, all the chefs. I mean, I can't speak highly enough. The owners, Kevin Daly, Tom Daly, Paul Nashak, absolute great people. I mean, I can't speak highly enough
They
about
like
them.
them too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can't speak highly enough about them, you know. I mean, they really care about the work-life balance, which is amazing. And it's hard to find in the restaurant industry. So we get a lot of people that come in and stick around because of that. So we don't have a lot of turnover, which is nice.
So cool.
That is nice. How's the kitchens? Loving the kitchens, the folks you work with?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody's great. That guy over there, Evan Fox, I mean, he's all right. But
that guy over here. Come here, Evan. Come
Get
here.
over
He
here,
brought
Evan.
you out. Throw a headset on. All right. That bought you a headset for a minute here. All right, Stout Month. Are you enjoying Stout Month?
Love Stout Month. How you
Welcome,
guys doing?
man. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. How are you guys doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you
Evan
too.
and I have a special relationship
Yeah.
because I work downstairs at Under the Sun, and he's right above me at Southern Sun.
Above the sun.
Yes,
We're actually
literally.
the same building.
Literally.
It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs,
So
actually.
we see each other all the time. We steal from each other's walk-ins. It's
Exactly. Use each other's freezers.
great. Yeah,
you
I mean,
know?
he doesn't know it when I do it, but
just kind of happens. Just find
So
stuff
it's that
randomly.
kind of atmosphere.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
months he helps
It's
you
all
with his
family.
margins, and someone he helps you with his
It's all
margins.
family based.
at the end of the month, when one of our food costs is real low, we know why.
Yeah, helped each other out. A little bit here. Yep.
Oh, you guys are great. Food's delicious. The
Thank you.
beer, I mean, Stout Month, so far so good, right?
Well, we haven't even touched their pizzas, which is, I'll tell you, which
Kinda.
is.
Can you do the pizzas for us real quick here?
I mean, I can talk about it. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything with me.
No, you're
but-
fine. You're
yeah,
fine.
so
Pizza's incredible.
We've been working on that for a while. I feel like pizza is always a work in progress. You know, any sort of like bacon bread, anything like that, it just takes time. But yeah, our dough, it's we do a 48-hour proof on it. So we make the dough one day, we let it sit overnight in the walk-in. We do what we call a bulk ferment. The next day we make the dough balls. We let it sit again. So it makes for a nice tender dough. A good rise on it. You know, you want to have, it's kind of like a Neapolitan style where you have a nice thick crust on the outside, but then thin in the middle. Like I said before, our pizza oven, it's a Forno Bravo. It's doesn't have a gas assist, so it's straight wood. We burn only red and white oak in it. So yeah, it's tasty.
Really well done. Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah. There's like a romance to doing pizza, you know.
Yeah,
you got the peel in the oven, you're spinning the pies, you know, getting those beautiful eagle spots, as we like to call it.
Well, and pizza and football do not go together, especially with beer.
You cut it
All
never.
those three
Do
things.
you cut it,
like,
do
you
you
know,
cut it tavern style, or do you cut it triangle style?
We do triangles, 6 pieces. It's like a 12-inch pie. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Ready to
Doesn't
go there
that
like
sound good?
right now.
And I've had it, so I know.
Here,
it
I
is
can't.
good.
I'm going to throw this question out. I know what the answer is. So do you have a favorite location?
Oh man!
Come on, something. Do you have a favorite location?
But sometimes, you know,
Vine Street. Oh, we're getting Vine Street over
I
there.
think a certain lady sitting over there on the couch knows my favorite spot.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
I go to Long Speak all the time.
Long Speak's
I
great.
love the people over there.
Oh yeah.
I love the people everywhere, but you know.
That's good stuff.
I love to hear that.
Brian Freeman. Okay.
These are great people.
They are. And we're going to do another half an hour in the next hour when we're going to do full-on beer. So I hope they hold on to a little bit of beer.
That's why we got you.
absolutely.
Think we'll have a
Now,
few.
Absolutely.
That's the award winner.
That's the award winner.
Bread and butter.
We're going to listen and figure it all out in the next hour, but also we're going to cover some spirits, Meridiem Spirits in the house, and then Trubucha, kombucha. Do you guys carry kombucha there?
We're in
tap?
the process of all the locations
Gotcha.
switching over. Some do currently.
Okay.
And we're in the
has
process of switching over.
Do me a favor. Best kombucha in Colorado, right there, Trubucha. Just give him a talk. Talk to him.
Great,
There he is.
absolutely.
Will
Mark,
do.
Mark
Absolutely.
Goodrow. He'll be on
Absolutely.
at the 7 o'clock hour. So we'll break away. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
This is so good. Come on, let's give them a hand. They did such a great job. All right, we'll come back. The Modern Eater Show continues.
You're on. Woo-wee! Man, that was a great segment. And now we're on to the second hour. But first, look who I've got here from Aspen Baking. I have Crystal and
Cody Ann.
Cody Ann. Look at this. You know what? This is like the Charlie's Angels of bread, isn't it?
Jeff's Angels.
Yeah, Jeff's Angels. I know. How do you say no to them? And you know what? I mean, it's one thing to look pretty, but I tell you what, the bread backs it up.
It backs it up.
You guys do an incredible job. Tell us a little bit, when did Jeff start the business?
Jeff started the business over 25 years ago. From a sourdough starter out in San Francisco.
Yep.
He has completely built this from the ground up. Everything has been organic, and we're bursting at the seams right now as it is. It's been so fun watching all the new construction go up. It's crazy.
Yeah. And how many different types of breads, how many different products do you have approximately?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
It's a lot.
It's at least 100. Yeah, and then you bring on the box lunch business and all of the varieties that we can do with catering and our artisan bread. That's one of the really cool things about the operation that Jeff has built is if you want it, he'll make it happen. Yeah. So we have a lot of those situations where it's insane.
Yeah, those proprietary products, they're spec'd for that specific customer.
Yes.
And obviously going to have the usage there. I mean, don't order a loaf of bread special. I mean, Jeff will probably make you a loaf of bread.
He will.
It'll be really expensive. But, you know, that's what I tell people with tortillas. Yeah. Oh, I'll make you a dozen. It's going to be a real expensive dozen of tortillas. Yeah. And so with that, I see Aspen Baking really focusing on food service, on restaurants.
Yes.
So that could be restaurants. What other types of, like hotels, hospitals?
Hotels, hospital, coffee shops, sports arenas, ballrooms. We're doing lots of offices now. We've actually expanded into that space, which is amazing, which is a market that we never even imagined being in, but we saw the need, and so we're trying to fill that, which is great. Lots of, reps and big companies, all the downtown market. If you have a lunch and learn and you want a box lunch or you want some sandwiches, just let us know and we'll take care of everything for you.
Sure. Yeah. No, these guys at Aspen, I mean, Jeff's been doing a great job. I've known Jeff for a long time. And I'll tell you what I love about the guy. And I got to say, I had lunch with Jeff yesterday. And I love Jeff.
He's the best.
I mean, truly, what I love about the guy is over all this time, and he's been very successful. But the intensity to make great bread has not diminished. I can tell by our conversation yesterday, it was all about the quality. It was all about the service. It was all about taking care of people. It wasn't, oh, here's our margins or here's our sales goals or all stuff. He was talking about how proud he was of how great the bread is right now, all the products that you're putting out.
No, that's amazing, and I completely agree with you. Jeff, I was surprised when I started with Aspen to see how hands-on the owner of such a successful company was. I mean, he's back in the back. He's looking at product. He's touching base with all of his sales team constantly throughout the day. We reach out to him if we have, questions. How can we do our job better? What do you want from us? And he is so customer oriented. There is not a single product that goes out of Aspen that Jeff does not oversee, look at, and make sure that the quality is there.
Well, I have a feeling Jeff could go back there on any one of those 100 products. He could probably still go back there, mix the dough, run it through the machine, set it up. I mean, he's been hands-on from day one.
He could do absolutely any operation in the business.
Yeah. He's, and that's what I love about Jeff. You go sit down with him, and he's like old school. It's just not, let's make a lot of a commodity product. He cares about the quality of the product first. And, that's what shows up restaurateurs, if you're a hotelier or at a hospital or God knows how many different places there are. That product, it will make you better. It will make your food better. It will make people come back. It will make a difference on why people pick your restaurant over somewhere else. Bread is the canvas to the sandwich.
It absolutely is, just like we've spoke about tortillas. It is. And one thing, Jeff is not all about the sales and the money and the business aspect. He's about the actual quality and the presentation of the bread and showing what Aspen can do. I mean, that is always his number one concern is the quality, customer service, and presentation. He has backed that since day one.
Yesterday we were talking about that, and truly it's that make the product great, the sales will come. And to sit there and watch, the deviations and stuff, that stuff's going to happen, whether it's weather, whether it's who knows what it is. But the reality is, you keep making the product right, the business will come. And Jeff, something else I know about Jeff, he plays the long game.
Oh.
And by that, I mean, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I've got to, I'm having a bad quarter. And I got to cut back on some things so I can hit my numbers and stuff. And Jeff, and maybe I shouldn't say this on radio, but Jeff's like, I'll be damned if that's going to change. He's going to make it better than ever.
He will never sacrifice or compromise on quality, on product, on customer service. He will never. That's what his company is built on, and that's what he's made Aspen to what it is.
He's an awesome dude. Yesterday I was like, Jeff, I want you to come down, and I want him on the table to talk because his passion, people will see. If you have not had, and I'm going to call it the privilege of really sitting down and talking to Jeff, breaking bread with Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, what a segment that would be called. Breaking bread with Jeff. Wouldn't that be good?
We need to do that.
Jeff, I'll give you that one. But, for him to come down and tell his story in his words, oh, my gosh.
It's unbelievable.
It'd be incredible. So, I've fallen in love with Aspen bread. I want to buy some. How do I jump in the Aspen bread pool?
Order at aspenbaking.com. Order, singular.
Order, not orders. Order
at aspenbaking.com. You'll get an immediate response. Well, maybe not immediate, but as soon as we possibly can.
Lightning fast. How we doing for time, Dave?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, that's easy. Come on, I remember tap dancing for 20 minutes out here. So, you're new to Aspen.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
I love it.
What's the first thing that has stood out to you about Aspen Baking?
It's a family. They're family oriented. It's a local business. Everything is fresh. The quality is amazing. I take bread home like every day. It's amazing. I love it.
It is amazing.
I'm really excited.
And I'll tell you what, we'll be right back.
iHeartMedia Incorporated.
How about a bite to eat? It's time for the second course, hour number 2 of the Modern Eater.
What are you hungry for?
Here's to a meal we're all here for.
Delicious and tasty.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. With your hosts, Greg Hollenbeck, Jay Parker, and Brian Freeman.
Okay, we can do this. The Modern Eater Show. Live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado, as we continue. What a great night. I mean, just from top to bottom, it's been such a great job. Jay Parker, good show you put together here.
Yo.
We actually have the Block Distilling on ready to go. They couldn't make it, but we'll get them back. Next week, it's very important. Chef Elise Wiggins is going to be here with us. Cativella. She'll be in the kitchen cooking up. I have a feeling it's probably not going to be
I'm excited.
burgers. What do you think she'll cook?
My money is on seafood.
Oh, yeah. She said something about some crawfish.
Yep.
Really?
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
not necessarily seafood, but it's from the water.
Makes
We'll
sense.
just call it.
And it makes sense.
I still win.
I mean,
Tune into that. Also, if you want to catch any rebroadcast, obviously the video, you can check out themoderneater.com. We've got some great stuff up here on themoderneater.com. Chef Chris Starkis, he was here with us last week in Boss DeFrost. His new venture, Urban Farmer, is where he came from. It's really cool to get him, see him get into kind of the eco-chefing type of world.
He is just, well, he's all about sustainability, and he's just a great guy. I mean,
all the way around,
yeah.
and a great chef as well. We continue. Meridiem Spirits are going to come up in Booze in the News, so stick around at 7:45 and Daniel Eckert. Booze in the News, all the booze news you can use right here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. And then we'll talk beer with John in Mountain Sun Brewery. So we talked about Under the Sun, right?
Yes, we talked about their food side of the establishment.
We'll do the brewing side. Also, I asked them, I said, do you have kombucha on tap? It's perfect. They said we have a lot of folks, and self-described hippies.
Did they say that?
I don't know why
I mean, you're
that.
saying that.
Let's do it
but
right
I
now.
don't know.
No, actually they did. Mark Goodrow.
Listen, from the guy, what kind of music you listen to there, mister? Don't be casting those
I
stones.
listen to a lot of reggae.
Yeah, no.
All right, Mark Goodrow, Trubucha, on with us. Hippie at heart?
No.
Not at all?
I wish.
Huh? A lot of people say hippies like the kombucha, though, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, anybody should like the kombucha.
Absolutely.
Colorado, is Colorado a big kombucha drinking state? It is?
It's getting to be.
Do they show what states are really consuming kombucha right now? Because I can't imagine, like, Kansas being a big kombucha drinking state.
Well, but Greg, he has more than kombucha, man.
Well, the ginger.
Mark has got some really cool stuff going on over there right now.
We do. Yeah, absolutely.
You love jumping the gun on everything.
Sorry.
I mean, that was just a small little setup to get him into the ginger beer.
You're warming him up just so nice.
But I like. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brian. Bring him down the ginger.
No,
beer
let's answer Greg's question first. But here's the thing: is Colorado. I think there's about 15 kombucha companies now along the Front Range. So
obviously there's a good amount of people drinking kombucha. Otherwise, there wouldn't be so many companies along the Front Range.
Colorado's prime for it.
Oh, absolutely.
But ginger beer, we had an interesting conversation. We went to breakfast the other morning at Snooze, local eatery here, and the conversation about ginger beer was actually really cool, and just the wording itself. But go off on the ginger beer thing, and right here, is this it?
We got some
it's right here.
Yep.
Show that to the camera, would you?
Which camera am I looking at? There we go.
Right there. Denver Ginger Company.
I like it, man. I've got a glass right here. I'm
You know what he
drinking it
left
right
off
now.
of? You know what he left off of that?
What's that?
Beer.
Wow. What? Doesn't say beer. It's not. Well, is it a ginger beer?
Ginger beer.
Does it say ginger beer? Yeah, but you're getting away from the beer portion of that because
it's fresh.
Yeah.
So we have this great produce company here or distribution company here in Denver called Growers Organics. Thanks, Brian. We get all of our ginger from them, and we have prickly pear. We have a whole bunch of different flavors. We got about 1,000 pounds in November of prickly pears from Brian, and it's been selling great. So
it's kind of your new passion, isn't it?
I'm loving the fresh stuff. Like I'm loving using the fresh ingredients, and
I haven't seen this.
So wait, do we have some of that prickly pear on tap tonight as well, or is it both? The
we
ginger
have the ginger beer, and then we have white peach kombucha on tap here tonight.
Oh yeah, don't be jealous.
So I'm opening that.
Don't be jealous. Wait,
to.
actually, you have this. Don't be jealous, but we have it on tap here in the kitchen.
Yes.
And lots of other folks can too, because you do kegs of things. Right?
Actually, Brian has it on tap at his place as well.
That's what I knew he did. I knew he did. But other folks can be Brian, right? Other people can be Brian.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
How do you do that?
All you have to do is have a little kegerator like what we've got here, and we can either deliver it or people can pick it up in the tap room by kegs.
What's better? What do you like?
I like it on tap.
Yeah.
The trade-off is you have a whole keg of it, so you got to drink all of that before you can get to another flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some people that like the diversity, want a bunch of different flavors, don't want to get tired of one. So that's the advantage of the bottles. But your fridge is like full of bottles of kombucha.
I like the challenge, though.
You
put me down with a keg of kombucha.
Where's that microphone? There's a
I'm ready
microphone
to go.
swinging somewhere. Is there a microphone swinging?
Let me look for it.
All right. A lot of breweries carry your product.
Oh,
as
absolutely.
Well. Talk about that.
Yeah, good one you guys have here is Brews Beers. Brews, Ryan over there, he's got our kombucha. We're in about 20 different breweries. So New Terrain Brewing, Green Mountain Brewing, 222 out in Aurora. So, yeah.
Who are your customers? I'm trying to identify your customers because I think a lot of service people, whether owners or they manage a large restaurants and chains, how do you identify who they are, and let's get to them. Let's figure them out.
That's a great question, Greg. There's so much diversity in this because companies are starting to realize breweries are realizing that they need something to have non-alcoholic for the non-alcoholic drinkers. But you've got corporate accounts that are looking for something healthy for their employees to be drinking. So we have corporate accounts. But then you have, families. They want their kids to be drinking this. They want to try to keep their kids from getting sick and have that, good bacteria in their stomachs. So, and you guys have had Carly, the fairy gut mother, on before. We've done some things with her, and it's all about your gut bacteria. So keeping your gut healthy.
Well, but you service all of them because you have a direct to consumer refill program that you do. Talk about that.
Yeah, so we do about 30 farmers markets a week in the summertime, and so basically we have bottles like this.
How do you do that? That just seems like, wow, 30 of them. And they're not all congruent, are they?
Oh, no.
Or some of them are, though. They're running at the same time. You get staff there. What does that look like at the farmer's market? Because I love the farmer's market setup. Are you pouring? Are you selling? Are you...
You know what, Greg? I'm going to put you up to a challenge.
I'll work one.
No, I don't want you to work one. I want you to come in at 3:30 on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. What time?
3:30.
Okay, so it's 3:30 on a Friday night. Okay, go ahead. I'm still listening.
From the time you get home, from partying, come on. But I wish people would see all the stuff that happens behind the scenes. But they have no idea. They show up to a farmer's market and they think, oh yeah, there's these big companies here. They have no idea how much work goes in or behind the scenes for these companies.
And you get there and you're ready to go.
Ready to go.
But you've got a lot you've really gained your base from the farmer's market.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, those folks. Talk about those folks and how they revisit you.
Yeah, in fact, even our tap room, actually today was our best day we've ever had in our tap room. We have people.
Congratulations. That's big stuff, man. Congratulations.
So, but yeah, we have these bottles. So people just hold on to these bottles and they just bring them back every week or every 2 weeks, however often. And the nice part about this is this is sustainable. So we're not using these bottles all the time where people are getting these in the store and they're throwing it into recycling and, the cost of recycling. It's they're holding on to these bottles. And we have people who have held on these bottles for the last 4 years. So every year we come out with a new bottle. So we know how long people have been doing business with us.
Doing business with you. It's interesting. I converted my mother, sweet Patricia, if you're watching, I love you. Converted her to a kombucha drinker. I think a lot of folks are using kombucha as a soda alternative.
Oh, absolutely.
And the carbonation. So when you look at that, you go, okay, well, do I have to drink that in a whole night and it's going to be flat like if that was Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper? No. Talk about the carbonation that kombucha builds itself.
Yeah, so this is actually a bottle we've had sitting down here for quite a while, but if it starts to lose its carbonation, I'm going to be careful opening this up.
Well,
you're going to look at that carbonation there.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, my belly loves that all day long. That'll settle my belly. So if you drink half of it, don't worry about it, right? What do you do, Mark?
Well, if it loses the carbonation, if you like it, just set it out on the counter with the lid on tightly for, a half day or a day, and then just check it. And you might have to burp a little bit just to make sure it doesn't build up too much pressure.
Because the room temperature is what gives it the carbonation, right? Talk to us about that.
It's the yeast and the bacteria starting to work again. So it's going to automatically kick off CO2. So it's naturally carbonated. Now, we'll force carbonate it too, but it's naturally carbonated. So if you're home brewing this, you can actually make a carbonated drink at home without having to use CO2 or anything else.
That's so cool.
That's fantastic.
I love it.
Cool.
Trubucha.
They're on board. So you're going to see, we're going to do what we can because we believe in this brand and you're Modern Eater approved. So restaurants, breweries, who else? Let's identify them right now because we're coming for you.
Corporate.
Hotels.
Oh,
office buildings, man. Yeah. If you have an office that you want to take care of your employees.
Yeah, take that Coke machine out of your office.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
Keeps you from getting sick. So great for corporate accounts.
He's on board. Mark Goodrow, Trubucha, right there. This is good stuff, man, as we continue. Build that portfolio of just great Colorado local brands. And here's one of them. We'll continue. Mark Goodrow, Little Rich Snyder. Are you Little Rich or Mark? I don't know. You're one of them. That's for sure. Who's up next?
I've got Will.
Oh, you have Will right now. Will's in studio, and we'll continue right now with the brewery end of that. I want you actually to stick around because the brewery is going to come up from these guys, and it is Mountain Sun Pubs and Breweries are going to be next, and Mark's going to stick around. It's Stout Month right here, the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Thanks, Greg. Hey, we got the minute in the corner over here. Look, I've got my friend Will Dorman from Under the Sun Pizza. He's the owner and GM, and look, he's invisible. I could not find a picture of him. Yeah. Maybe witness protection, I'm just saying. So what would you told me you wanted to talk about something very near and dear to you. Tell me.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about sourcing locally and, is it a hard thing to do and, how do you kind of dive into that environment? And I kind of just wanted to tell people that it's really not that difficult. If you reach out to one or two people or just go up to, some farm stand or however you want to go about it, once you do that, the gate's open. And then you really have no idea how many people you end up meeting. And it starts from, vegetables all the way down to honey and bees and, so many different things. So I encourage anybody out there, if you're curious, if you think it's difficult, it's too expensive, whatever, to just go out and try it because it's definitely the right thing to do. A lot of people will support you in the decisions you want to make, and it's very much worth it. And the food, by far, tastes way better.
Well, it's true. And, local can be that secret sauce, that competitive advantage.
Yeah, 100%. There's no question about it.
You guys have done a great job.
Thanks, Rich.
Hey, we're going to be right back. We've got some words from gluten-free things, and John Irvin will be back.
Are you intolerant or sensitive to gluten? Or maybe you're a gluten-free lifestyler? Is your menu limited because you've eliminated gluten from your diet? Are you missing the taste of foods that traditionally contain gluten? What if I told you that you can add breads, pizzas, muffins, cakes, cookies, waffles, croissants, English muffins?
1 minute.
List goes on right back to your menu. Gluten-Free Things is a local gluten-free and vegan bakery that reintroduces you to the foods you love. Owner John Irvin believes gluten-free shouldn't taste like the box that it's packaged in. Trust me when I tell you, the products from his bakery in Arvada are fresh, flavorful, and masterly crafted, leaving you with a product that tastes like the real thing. Simply delicious. The bakery is located in Arvada on 64th and Sims across the street from Arvada West High School. Check out their website at glutenfreethings.com You'll be amazed with the variety of gluten-free products they make. And chefs, don't leave your gluten-free restaurant guests without
15 seconds till I read.
On at info@glutenfreethings.com. That's info@glutenfreethings.com to see what he can do for you. Give him a shot.
5 seconds.
651 West 64th Avenue in Arvada. It's Gluten-Free Things.
Next up.
Which live is this?
I told you this is your TME Buy Live.
Well, this is great. TME Buy Live. Thank you so much. Little Rich, I wish you were here right now. A lot of times when you tune into this show, you hear us selling other brands. Right now, I'd like to take a minute to tell you what TME can do for you. If you're in the service industry, please, I implore you, you take a look at what we can do for you, because there are so many examples of other brands that have been at this exact same table that we can do the same thing for your product. Whether it's Trubucha, Aspen Baking Company, A-Plus Beverage Solutions, Encore Energy, Meridiem Spirits, Rocker Spirits, Proud Souls. We've done so much for so many local companies here in the community. We can do the same for you. I think Jay is putting up on the bottom of the screen how you can get a hold of us, but it's themoderneater@gmail.com. Get a hold of us. You see this beautiful studio kitchen, Colorado? We can do a lot of demo type stuff for your products in this kitchen. It's a cool environment. It's a great innovative brand. We love marketing solutions, and we love to come up with some marketing solutions for you. Get a hold of us, themoderneater@gmail.com, and we'll have a conversation how we can put your brand into space and skyrocket it with Brian Freeman, myself, Little Rich Snyder, and Jay Parker right here in Studio Kitchen, Colorado.
Yo, what's up? This is Justin Brunson, Culture Meat and Cheese in Denver Central Market. I'm a meat guy. And you're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Boom, as we continue, one of my favorite things, and it's February 1st. What does that mean, Brian?
Ooh, it's the first day I'm drinking because I was in dry January.
And why wouldn't you do that?
It's the day before the Super Bowl. What else do we got? It's the Modern Eater in the Rocky Mountain right here. What else we got?
You go right into Stout Month.
Oh, yes, indeed.
So when you go out, you got something delicious to look forward to when you're miserable like you were for a whole month in January.
And then you get some beautifully coconut undertones on this stout right
and
here. Where are we going
tell you're lightweight tonight because I can tell you've been
I know, isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy?
Mike, welcome to the show.
I'm a cheap date
good
tonight.
Good to see you. John, good to see you. You're going to continue with us at Trubucha. And Mark Goodrow with us. This is great because Stout Month, you guys put together a delicious stout silver medal last year, 2019?
Yeah, 2019.
One second. We can get your mics going. 1 second here. I'll just tap dance and say, this is a delicious beer. You should try it. And
which one do you have?
We're about to find that out right now. I think your microphone's probably working.
All right. Yeah, here we go. So, we were lucky enough to win a silver medal at last year's 2019 Great American Beer Festival for our Yonder Mountain Oatmeal Stout.
Now, that's a coveted category right there.
At this point, every category is coveted.
Well, I mean, there's a few, but that stout category, that's...
Well, we've been gunning for years. We're known for stout. We're known for Stout Month, so we needed another stout medal on the wall for sure.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Well deserved. I mean, you taste it and you know that it's there. Consistency, though. Have you gotten to that consistency point with this stout?
I think so. This has been in rotation for about 19 years, and for the last decade, we've worked hard on it. So,
John, do you have a favorite child?
Favorite child? Both of them.
Smart answer.
I like it.
It's interesting because all night long the kitchen's been kind of a buzz, people networking, and that they're really focused in on what you guys have to say right now. So I'm like, okay, this must be really important. What are the important things that you want people to know about the brewery setup end of this? Because I think it's very well known, and the notoriety is that because the quality is there.
I appreciate that. That's our number one goal. Quality, consistency, creativity, in that order is how we run the brewery at the Mountain Sun. And we're supported by our ownership team that allow us to execute at a very high level by just allowing me to have the best raw ingredients on hand, the best equipment that I can use, and the best brewery team that I've ever worked with.
How many styles are we working with?
Well, last year we brewed 119 different beers.
Okay. How many are kind of like your go-tos?
They
20? I mean, 100. You can't keep 119
No,
going.
so we always keep our 9 core staple brands on tap. And a lot of those date back to the original Mountain Sun Brewery in 1993. But there's still a nice range of beers, a Belgian triple, a few IPAs, a few nice amber beers, very approachable beers for people. And then most of our pubs have 20 to 21 taps dedicated to our beer. So 9 house beers on tap year-round, 11 to 12 seasonal beers on tap year-round. So those 11 to 12 seasonal beers rotate those other 110 beers in.
Wow. Yeah, but that's insane, John. I mean, the amount of work in my eyes, I'm going, wait a second. He's got 2 new beers every week.
So seasonal,
coming on.
very experimental, seasonal, small batch.
Sure, we are gluttons for punishment for sure. There is zero downtime in our brewery, but we have a highly motivated team of brewers. There are 8 of us to produce and distribute all of that beer company wide. And yeah, we never rest. You know, the craft beer industry is constantly in flux and growing, so we like to not only keep up with the trends but try to stay ahead of everyone.
How many barrels is each batch?
Our batch size varies a little bit. Our largest brewery location is at the Vine Street Brewery in Denver. So we do 6-barrel batch sizes, 12-barrel batch sizes, and 24-barrel batch sizes there. And then our facility at the Southern Sun Pub and Brewery is a 10-barrel brewery.
Wow. Gotcha. A lot of times, and we'll just keep this between us here, is it the beer that's holding up the food or the food that's holding up the beer?
Everything goes hand in hand. Our company, top to bottom, food, beer, hospitality, those 3 things are our main focus.
Which they should be.
Yeah.
Right? Can you do experimentals?
Yeah, I would say probably, 5 to 10 a year I would call experimental beers. Last year we did, so a lot of those beers have been in rotation for some time. Everyone's favorite IPA that goes back a few, but every year our goal is to make at least 1 brand new recipe a month.
Okay.
So last year, 15 brand new recipes.
Yep. Mike, pills?
We do a pills. Yeah.
Are beers going lighter right now? What's trending? Come on.
What's trending these days? You know, the way the industry has worked, it's kind of gone through all these different time periods, right? So there was a time when Belgian beer was really big. First you had IPAs, right? So IPAs hit the scene, and people had never tried a hoppy beer before. Oh, my God. IPA. Huge trend. And then you move on to Belgian beers and then sour beers, which has been a huge trend lately. You probably see that when you go out. A lot of people are looking for sour beers. It's not uncommon for someone to ask me for a sour beer every single time I work at the Southern Sun Pub.
All right, are you doing a seltzer?
No, sir. No,
Come on, talk to me about seltzer. I have to ask. I mean,
there are a few lines we haven't crossed. Like I said, we don't want to.
Is that a line?
We don't want to chase every trend.
Right.
That's kind of our thing.
Is it a trend?
So.
All right. I mean, IPA, was that sour trend?
I think we'll see
is the
how
Great American Beer
sustainable
Festival
it is.
going to make a category for seltzer?
Probably, yeah.
I think
for
probably
sure.
will. And that'll solidify it at that point. And it is a grab right now. But sticking to it, what are your tried and trues? What do you have to just stay with?
I mean, like Mike said, right now everyone's into hoppy beers and sour beers. So that's kind of what we've done over the last 2 years is play to the market a little bit while still being true to what we're all about in the brewery.
What's your most sessionable beer?
Kolsch, Big Crane Kolsch.
Just keep cranking that one.
The most traditional German-style ale on the planet.
Here with you now?
Big Crane Kolsch.
Do you have it with you?
Well, no, I just brought stout for tonight.
Well, I know.
only dark beer this month.
So what did you bring tonight?
Tonight we brought coconut cream stout and our silver medal winning Yonder Mountain oatmeal stout.
I'm trying to try that coconut cream.
Yeah, here's that. I want to try that Yonder Mountain there, if you don't mind as well. Hey, guys, can you get your beer anywhere else besides the brewery?
That's a great
question.
Sir.
No, sir. I like it.
We essentially brew for our restaurant locations only. So we brew the beer at 2 facilities, one at Southern Sun Pub and one at Vine Street. We self-distribute that beer to our own 5 restaurants. And Vine Street and Southern Sun do offer growlers for sale over the bar. But that is the extent that we distribute our beer.
Completely happy to hear that because in the beer model, and you read a lot of things, I read that 80% of your brewery your sales should come from your tap room. 20% out in distribution if you can. If you want to be a model that's going to be successful, your neighborhoods, being in a neighborhood to where the folks in your neighborhood really love what you do, That's how you're going to stick. That's how you're going to stay. And you guys have dialed that in so well.
Absolutely. Our company culture, it creates regular customers. So,
what would you say that culture is?
It's just based on caring about our customers, about our ownership cares about our employees. They truly care about who we are and what our life is all about. So we all go in every day and we work really hard, and our ownership, they know that, and they treat us well. And it trickles down to the customer. I heard you guys mention earlier the pooled tips and the team system. So to me, all of that just trickles down to the customer. We run everything as a team. The team leaves with the same amount of cash every night, whether you're in the kitchen, waiting on tables.
Okay, so here, Jay, right? now, I'm surprised Jay hasn't by now tried to get you to say something terrible about your customers, because Jay's been in this business for a long time, and I don't know that you like your customers.
He's the bitter bartender. What do you mean?
That's fair. I am. But so when I hear about, I have worked in the tip pooling area. And my 2 cents on the tip pooling. Now, listen, I don't know their crew, right? So there's a complete possibility that, because crews are different, right? If you have a crew where there's 2 more weak links than strong links, then it's a rough time to tip share.
Why? I can't be drunk.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because somebody's outside.
I can't be outside smoking all day.
So here's my thing, real quick, and we'll move on. But so here's my thing, a piece, because I could do an hour on tip sharing. So it's like, ex-employees outside smoking all the time, right? I'm inside working all the time. Now, not only does that drive me insane as thinking I'm sharing all my money with that person, but when that 8 top of meatheads comes in, and I'm like, oh my God, they're in my section. I have to deal with this 8 top. If that's my money coming from this 8 top, I'm in a lot better mood to jump to move and shake and be like, and engage. And that's just as honest as I can be. But knowing that I have to cut that up with somebody that's outside on their phone and doing whatever, I'm like, oh, what do you want to drink? You thirsty? Who's hungry? Nobody? Later. Then that's the attitude I want to take. But that's just me personally. Now, like I say, I don't know the crew. I've worked in more places with bad crews than a good crew. And I'm just a jerk,
Well, I could speak to that point a little bit about our team.
Hey, would you hang on to that?
Absolutely,
Let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about hospitality, because that was in the top 3, right? What were in the 3? There was hospitality, it was the ingredients, and
the beer stuff was quality, consistency, and creativity.
Yeah,
but you're right. C's. Beer, food, and hospitality.
There it is.
And on the break, I'm going to try the oatmeal stout.
Are you really? Me too.
Stay
I'm going
tuned.
to throw the coconut.
That's yours right here.
We'll
coconut.
Fantastic. This is great. Little Rich is in the Little Rich Corner at 7:30 on 630 KHOW and iHeart Radio Station. You are tuned in to the Modern Eater live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Back in a flash right here, Studio Kitchen, Colorado.
Yes, that's right. Here we are in the corner. I'm here with Nick Swanson, Big Nick. From
Little Rich,
the executive chef from Under the Sun Pizza. Nick, tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, born and raised, a little town called Topsfield, little north of Boston, Massachusetts.
Nice.
Yep, known for not much, except for the oldest agricultural fair in America. Comes to town every October.
It's something.
Absolutely, it's something. It's not much, but it's something.
What brought you out here?
Originally to go to college. I went to CU for a year, like a lot of people. Didn't go much longer than that. Got into skiing, ski bum for a little while.
Yeah.
Slowly worked my way into cooking, and, the rest is history, so to speak.
Wow, so fantastic. So what do you see in the future for you?
The future, who knows what it holds, Maybe we open up a few more locations, keep growing the business we got, keep growing catering, and just keep hustling.
You guys do a fantastic job. I mean, you've become a staple, and I think the food is better. Has never been better at all the locations,
well, thank
even
you
while
very
you're
much.
growing.
We appreciate that.
This guy's good, and I tell you what I loved. Earlier, he's like, "What should I do with my hands?" And I'm not going to say what I'm not going to say
Ricky Bobby.
What my answer was. Hey, we're going to be right back. We've got some words from Brews, Beers, the Spice Guy, and Encore Energy. We'll be right back.
Brewmaster at Brews Beers, Denver's award-winning Belgian-style brewery. I am very pleased to tell you that our new tap room at Colfax and York in Congress Park is now open, and it is a unique experience. It's close to great restaurants, has a big sunny patio for warmer days, will feature live music, and it has a very cool contemporary Belgian-style bar and tap room. To celebrate our second location, we have 18 beers on tap, including several limited edition sour and barrel-aged beers. For some holiday good cheer, try our figgy pudding and our unique champagne beer, Brut Le Grand. Check it all out on our website, bruzbeers.com. That's Brews, spelled B-R-U-Z, at 67th and Pecos, and now open in Congress Park at Colfax and York. Join us this week at either location for some serious Belgian-style badass.
Wear black and eat spices. Hey, Modern Eater listeners, this is Zach from The Spice Guy, Colorado's favorite spice company. Spice is the variety of life. At The Spice Guy, we have a passion for sourcing the best ingredients from the best farmers all over the world. Choose from thousands of different GMO-free spices and ingredients, or let us create and blend custom flavor profiles for whatever style of food it is that you're working with. With over 1,000 restaurants, food brands, and chefs behind us, you can't go wrong when you choose The Spice Guy for all your spice needs. The Spice Guy.
Spicy.
Born in Breck, raised in Denver.
TheSpiceGuyCo.com.
Hey, you know what? It's the new year, and everyone's always looking for new ways to be more profitable. And so they always attack the different line items. But one almost everybody never looks at is their utilities, what they're spending on natural gas. Brian, do you have any tips for us on how to save money on natural gas?
Absolutely. Just call me. Call me. That's all you got to do.
What's that number, Brian?
That number is 720-245-5771.
Be sure and give Brian a call at Encore Energy.
Hi, this is Lori Midson. I'm a food hack, a.k.a. food writer. I was just told that I should put my line. And you're listening to The Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Hey, welcome back. The Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio continues. Actually, I would like to tell you something, and it's just so our 5-year anniversary, Brian, it's April 13th. It's a Monday, and we're going to open up the kitchen. Haven't built the event yet, but you can be sure every event that the Modern Eater does, especially our anniversary parties, it's going to be big, it's going to be at the kitchen, and you're invited. So,
nice.
The 13th of April,
I got a deal for
5
you.
years. What?
I'll donate all the produce. How
Would
about
you do that? Okay. Yeah. We expect that anyway. I don't know. I might be able to get some kombucha and some beer. There'll be some good stuff here. Some knives. We'll juggle knives. It'll be a good
Knife
time.
juggling.
But you'll be invited. These gents are here to continue with us. First of all, Mark Goodrow from Trubucha. Love that stuff. If you guys ever need kombucha, give this guy a call.
Yeah, we're talking shop here.
That's fantastic. Great locations. And it seems like good brands fit together there. And John?
Yes, sir.
Man, I've really enjoyed this conversation with you.
Me too.
And, Mike, you're an add-on. I didn't anticipate even better right there.
He's my support team.
Is that it? Support. You can fly with them on an airplane.
I'm the emotional support animal.
I like that. So as we broke off, and again, it's Stout Month, so hopefully you're enjoying your stouts this month. We were just talking during the break about Brews Beers, and Jake's here with us tonight. Brews Beers provided some stout for you, right on tap. Jake's here to pour tonight. But those relationships, and that's so cool because their new Colfax location, Colfax and Josephine, just opened up here, I don't know, a cup of coffee ago.
Yeah, a month ago or
Not even long ago, but you're like, this is our nearest brewery to the Vine Street, and these are our neighbors we're bringing on tap. That's the brewery community. Shows that all the time. And their beer is not bad, too.
Awesome.
Right? Brews Beers. So, continuing on with Stout Month, I'll bet you anything, dimes to dollars, you may have a couple of events coming up.
We sure do, yeah. I mean, all of the locations, we have 5 locations here on the Front Range, Vine Street being here in Denver, and then we have the Mountain Sun on Pearl Street, our original location that opened up in 1993, the Southern Sun Pub and Brewery, which I am the general manager of, and then we also have Under the Sun, which you have got the opportunity to meet those guys and taste their food. And we also have Longs Peak Pub in Longmont. So each pub is going to have a different lineup of events. So I could certainly speak to the events at the Southern Sun Pub and Brewery.
Please do.
So yeah, we are going to be hosting live music every single Saturday. This evening, Gorilla Fanfare, which is a New Orleans jazz band, will be playing with us tonight.
Wow.
They've been known to play some horns throughout the restaurant. We're excited about that.
A little bit of food.
Oh,
is that the shrimp?
Delicious.
Woo, keep it rolling.
I'm really getting in the mood, yeah. So we're going to be doing trivia as well. So we're going to have a Star Wars trivia a week from Sunday. Then we're going to be doing The Office and the Harry Potter trivia. We also have Girl Scouts selling cookies. We do make a stout called Girl Scout Stout, which is a Thin Mint stout.
I love it.
Pairs very well with Thin Mints, in fact.
And other things, I'm sure.
On the 13th of...
Everybody's throwing you curveballs there, Mike.
No, I'm trying to chew and talk. So On the 13th, we're going to be doing an open mic at the Southern Sun, but it's going to be an anti-Valentine's Day open mic where we sing songs about how love sucks.
Oh, I'd be good at that.
I think we all have some experiences to draw from that.
Good. So that's just a karaoke style, and you can change up the words to songs?
No, you're going to come in and you can cover a song. You can sing your own love song.
I did that in the kitchen the other day, Jay. You were cracking up. It got really dark, but it happened.
Could somebody tell a story about Grand Marnier and how that ruined the chance with the perfect woman?
Oh, that was his story.
The year of our Lord, 2007, I think.
I think Grand Marnier has ruined a couple nights for some people over the years.
Especially when you drink it like whiskey. Oh, man.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. She brought me a glass this tall. I just started drinking it.
There's a little joke about that because you don't want to go home with your grandma.
And plus the hangovers are terrible.
Wow. Guys, here we are at Stout Month, but you have so many other things going on. As we go into springtime, are you shifting gears when it comes to what you're going to be producing and making and pouring?
Yeah, every year we have a rotation we kind of start off with, and then again, we challenge each other to come up with new recipes every year. But, we like to read the season, so usually as we get into the spring, you start to see some of our lighter Belgian-style beers, saisons. We have a goal to always keep a lager beer on tap, which we don't do during Stout Month, of course. So you'll see that those light lager beers. We have 2 different Pilsners that will start the rotation and a Vienna lager. So, we just read the seasons and challenge ourselves to come up with something new in addition to a lot of these beers that have been heavily rotated for a long time.
I like doing this. What's your favorite beer company besides your own in Colorado?
Odell.
Really?
Absolutely.
Odell's coming
like
on
a
when?
90 shilling
Jay,
or what?
Jay, when's Odell going to be on?
Who?
Odell.
Oh, I'm still working on that. But he's on. I've been talking with Ryan, the son.
Yeah.
And,
okay, just make sure John gets an invite because he.
Okay.
Oh, that would be awesome. Ryan and I are good friends.
Okay, cool.
I love the ownership, and the quality of the beer has just always been high. And when I go to my big liquor store, I know that Odell beer is always going to be fresh and be rotating throughout that store all the time. So, in the market, a saturated market that we're in right now, I like to make sure that the beer that I'm buying is always fresh, and I know that Odell beer is always fresh off the shelf.
Well, cut that clip, Jay. Cut that clip. We'll run it when Odell's here.
I got
That's
one for you,
right?
though, John, because I got the other way with that. Where did you take a wrong turn? Where was something you were excited about? You're like, I'm going to make this beer, and then it came out, and you're like, ooh. That just didn't come out like I wanted to.
Yeah, luckily it doesn't happen too often because with the 8 of us in the brewery, we bounce everything off each other, and I think our collective knowledge is usually successful. But we dumped a strawberry sour to the drain about 2 years ago, which was like kind of my vision to start with. And we tried to work through it and work with it, and at the end of the day, it just was not going to work out. And that's the line we draw in the brewery. Our customers have never seen a subpar beer from us, and they never will see a subpar beer.
I
from
love
us.
that mentality.
Mushroom's big, right? I mean, there was a mushroom beer that we tasted at the Great American Beer Festival. The guy was hiding it. He was like, "Oh, you want a little something?" Like that?
We have a mushroom stout for Stout Month, second year in a row. Moon Shadow Mushroom Stout, brewed with 2.5 pounds of dried chestnut mushrooms from Mile High Fungi right here in Denver.
Nice.
How much is there a crossover, Mark, from Trubucha? Is there a crossover from brewing beer with brewing? I mean, you're like, no, don't even put me in that category.
Totally different.
Yeah, I totally just ferment and feed it sugar.
I think about how busy we are. I cannot even imagine 120 beers in a year. It just blows my mind. I didn't have time to come up with experimental beers and the whole thing. Like, how do you guys do that? I mean, does someone have time? When do you have time to sit down and say, let's come up with this new beer, like the strawberry sour,
Again, just collectively with the 8 of us, every year we tell ourselves that we will do less variety this year, and we've been saying that for 8 years in a row now, and every year we run the numbers at the end of the year, and we're always in the 110 to 120 beer range. So it just, I am surrounded by creative humans, and you can't hold anybody down. Like, they all just have constant ideas. And again, our ownership lets me buy ingredients and new hop varieties and the new thing out there. So we want to experiment and do it. So
and you kind of have to keep that door open. When we were down there at Ska Brewing Company in Durango, and Dave Thibodeau, he made a point to put some of his brewers around for an experimental, just let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's just see where it's at. And a lot of times, you don't know if you're sitting on lightning in a bottle, but you very well could be. And that's exactly where those experimentals come into play. A brewing company besides yours?
Besides mine, oh, God, I have to cheat. My my lovely wife is actually one of the people who works on the brewing floor at Eatery Brewing in Boulder, Colorado. So my refrigerator is pretty generally stocked with Eatery beer. So I will say that Eatery is my favorite, after, of course, John's beer. Like John said, every single brand that comes out is just the quality is so amazing. And to speak to, you have to come to the pubs to have it. Nothing is packaged. You can take your growler home, but we don't have any televisions in any of our locations. We have games. We have books.
I've been hearing more and more of that, like Horse and Dragon and Fort Collins. And who was the last beer company that was here?
I can't remember, but I had a question to that, right? Because traditionally the bars I have worked in have been
only TV. That's
yeah,
it.
I mean,
that's really the real entertainment.
Yeah,
it's like the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like there's more TVs than people in the place, But how does that go? Do you have people say like, well, man, I'm trying to watch this, I'm trying to watch that. I hate you now. I would assume you have a couple of problems here.
They know already,
because we hate those guys. I'm telling you, they hate those guys. They hate the guy that goes, I'm trying to watch Tiger play right now. He's one stroke behind, bro. This bar sucks. They hate those guys.
Well, it's actually the opposite of that. People appreciate the fact that there's no screens and televisions. The owner of our company, Kevin, started this company in 1993 with the idea of almost a social experiment, the team system, no televisions. The idea being, hey, speak to the person next to you rather than look at a screen. And you can see the success of this company is based on the fact that we've trusted people and we've given people the opportunity. We pay a living wage. We pay $12 an hour. Kevin Daly, our owner, is one of the biggest proponents of the wage increases in the state of Colorado. So we're so proud to do that, and we've created this social experiment where people, they don't care about the TV anymore. They want to spend time. They want to hang out. They want to meet someone new right next to you at the bar and taste the beer and talk about it. So the experiment is working.
But you've had a guy.
There's always a guy.
Say that.
There's always a guy. There's always a guy.
We've had the experience. Thanks for bringing the experience here for us here, guys. I mean, truly a great night. And Mountain Sun Pubs and Breweries. And John, thank you. Mike, thank you. Under the sun. We're all under the sun. And what you brought here tonight, just all great people. I can't complain at all.
Well, you got to get down there, man. Check out the place. Check out the people, because everything is totally unique. It's a great place up in Boulder, Colorado.
It's a mission. It's a mission. You take the mission, too. Okay, we'll break off. We'll come back. Little Rich is in the Little Rich corner. There she is, Rebecca Berry. I actually want Rebecca on with Daniel Ecker in the next segment. Booze in the News, all the booze news you can use. Meridiem Spirits is going to come up. I love Meridiem Spirits, and you will, too. You'll find out why up next on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Thanks for a great segment. Look who I have with me, Rebecca Berry.
Rich.
We saved the best for last. Truly,
you're
the
too good.
Frosting on the show.
Oh, you're too sweet. Well, I was just popping in to say hi and brought you guys a little gift.
Popping in. Rebecca, that's so corny.
I know.
Oh, my God. Are you
look
kidding
what
me?
You just did. Well, Rich, I'm here to talk about what we're doing. It's super exciting. So we're here to mitigate risk and liability with restaurants and hospitality and so many other concepts. And we are restaurant and hospitality specific. Can you believe it? End-to-end solution.
Well, you know the industry so well.
I'm passionate about it. It's very important to me. So our goal is to make sure you guys are covered. We've got you covered. So you should probably call me. And Rich,
how would I get a hold of you?
Well, Rebecca.berry, like the fruit, at forth.com or 720-436-8047. Because we want to take care of you and make sure that your business flourishes. And it pops.
Reach out. This girl knows the industry. Besides her product, she knows the industry. She'll steer you right. She always has. Hey, we're going to be right back. This is the final sponsors coming up. Element Knife, Elon Wenzel, Rome Sausage, and Meridiem Spirits, who is here making everyone have fun. We'll be back.
then you'll know the importance of a quality knife and proper care. My training in Japan exposed me to exceptional cutlery. That's why I am so excited to offer you the knives I fell in love with. Element Knife Company is chef-driven, and my goal is to support and educate. Get at me for a knife clinic or conversation. Find me at elementknife.com or by simply calling 303-460-4628. For the best knives in your kitchen, think Element Knife Company.
Hey guys, Chris Johnson here, owner of Rome Sausage, your hyper-local source for all things sausage awesomeness. My family is proud to carry on the fine traditions of Rome's founder, Jerry Rome, by producing a variety of amazing sausage in small batches with an eye on quality, not quantity. Every batch is made here in the great state of Colorado by hand mixing spices, utilizing lean cuts of pork to make an outstanding product. Sourcing ingredients and materials locally, we are committed to supporting local vendors, chefs, restaurants, and the entire Colorado food scene. Getting hungry yet? Brats, Italian, breakfast, hot Polish, green chili, chicken apple, and the world's best chorizo. You can source all of our sausage through a variety of food service distributors. If your distributor doesn't carry it, call us. We'll come direct. You want a custom item? We'll do that too. Samples, and of course, sausage jokes, can be had by contacting me directly at chris@romesausage.com or by phone at 303-296-7663. The modern eater loves Rome sausage, and I know you will too.
What do you get when you have two women who love to play with corn? A unique craft distillery, of course. Let me explain. Hi, my name is Alex Tudor. My mom and I own Meridiem Spirits, located right here in Colorado. Chances are you've seen our award-winning Coupe Gin and Coupe Vodka on the shelves at many fine local retail locations. Here's our mission. My mom and I believe that family is important, and our business is a reflection of that. When you taste our delicious and locally crafted spirits in a cocktail or by themselves, you'll taste our passion for what we do. Hear our story and watch our progress this year on The Modern Eater. We love to share because everything is more fun with friends. Next time you choose a vodka or gin, consider us, Meridiem Spirits.
Now it's time for the Modern Eater's Booze in the News segment.
I like my beer cold, my meat grilled, and my entertainment explosive.
All we need is a chair and a cooler beer.
Here's your booze news.
Yes, indeedy, Mr. Tweedy. Here we are. Booze in the News. All the booze news you can use on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. What a great show tonight, first of all. I mean, just let's hear it for all these folks that are here in the kitchen. You guys all rock. Nice. Chef Elise Wiggins will be in the kitchen next week. Captivella, she'll be cooking up a storm, and we're guessing seafood?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, seafood.
Seafood is our guest
Fish.
for next week. We continue. Meridiem Spirits here with us. Daniel Ecker.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm awesome.
Good to see you. You're off the mountain.
I'm off the mountain. I'm back in the States. I've been out of the country for the last almost 3 weeks.
Oh, well.
Where'd you go?
Welcome back.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I know.
Went out to Germany and Austria to snowboard.
Oh, to snowboard.
Yeah.
Was this research? That's what business trip you were researching.
I mean, in a roundabout sort of
Different
way. Different
vodkas and gins
yeah.
in Europe.
I love it.
But it was more R&R. The distilling business is pretty slow in January, so that's when we plan our vacations.
That's when we vacation.
Nice. Yeah.
That's when we take off. Rebecca Berry, you're back from your holidays.
Oh, I know. It's been a couple weeks of craziness. Happy to be here.
Good to see Rebecca Berry in fourth. She's kind of our, I don't know, she brings us all of our topics when it has to come to service industry, and then she'll tell you how you can clean everything up once you mess with
all your tax compliance and workers' comp and blah, blah, blah. But it's actually really great to ensure that your business can flourish, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we appreciate it.
We all need flourishing businesses. Super Bowl tomorrow. First of all, prediction.
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Really?
Yep.
Pure talent.
100%.
Hey, Daniel, did you know that defenses win Super Bowls?
I do, but the Chiefs, they haven't been in the Super Bowl for, since the 50s, right?
Yeah.
So it's their time. Let them have it.
It pains me about the Chiefs. It pains me really hard. I'm a Colorado native and Broncos fan. So
Here's my prediction. My prediction is we are going to get our money's worth tomorrow. And we haven't gotten our money's worth in a long time.
I agree with that.
Because there's been many, many years of the one team.
You ready?
I'm tired of them.
It's a 1.5 point spread. Chiefs are favored by 1.5. I think Vegas is right on that half point. I think it's going to be a 1-point game. It's going to be 42-41. 49ers tomorrow in a high-scoring game. Take it to the bank, man. I'll pay your mortgage
I'm not
right
taking
now.
that wager. I'm not
This
taking
isn't the Modern Eater Show, man. This is betting and wages with Louis D.
Betting with Louis D.
It's the Modern Bookie Show.
That's right. Tomorrow's going to be fun, but people are always looking for recipes. We had Under the Sun on, and they showed us all these great wings and burgers, and I think a lot of people are going to be doing that. But recipes for cocktailing, you know?
Yeah, pretty easy. We made you a couple cocktails right now. One is
loving this one.
Yeah, that's a spiked tea. So it's 2 parts vodka and 4 parts sweet tea. And normally we would make the tea ourselves, but we ran out of time.
Yeah, that's just pure trouble. Like, I mean,
because you're drinking that like sweet tea.
Well, yeah, it's
Or I
unbelievable.
am.
You can't taste anything,
Right, and I have anything. No. But it's a testament to your vodka.
I appreciate that. Yeah. It's a nice, smooth.
Do you want your
mix of
vodka to taste like anything, Brian?
Personally, no.
Really?
I mean, listen, I want it to be. I want my vodka to be so subtle that you're going to complain that you can't taste anything, and only I can taste it because I'm a super taster.
But
Brian, you're a man after my own heart on that. I completely agree.
And that's the pure definition of vodka. It's a tasteless, odorless beverage. So.
I mean, that's why it was created. It was for folks that don't like the taste of alcohol, so they tried to create an alcohol that you wouldn't know was in your drink.
Well, but let's go into
Don't tell me
curveball.
well.
I'm curious about your take because he's going back to the beginning of vodka.
of course.
And if you do go back to the beginning of vodka, it's traditionally made with potatoes. What's your opinion about that?
Well, traditionally in Russia and Eastern European countries, it's made with potatoes, but everywhere else in the world, they just make it out of whatever they have.
Well, where did it originate?
That I don't know off the top of my head.
History with Brian and vodka. Next show on the Modern Eater, we'll have that answer to you. Off to gin, not for nothing.
Well, not for nothing, but none of that has anything to do with what I said. Just because the Russians are using potatoes,
Hey, the Russians had it right.
It was
okay?
created. Now it's ironic that now we have all the flavored vodkas and everything else because you know we're just a country of alcoholics. You know, where we're like, well, yeah, no, it doesn't taste like anything. Well, I still want to get drunk, but just make it taste like strawberries now.
Gin's come a long way, I think personally.
Yes.
This isn't your daddy's gin.
No,
right
that
here.
definitely is not.
Your gin, you guys, hold this up, would you? There it is. The gin. Hold that up. Actually, let Rebecca do it.
And is that a traditional gin?
Show it to that.
This
kid.
is a traditional gin. It's 90 proof, so it's a little bit higher than most gins on the shelf, but not quite Navy strength. So, yeah.
And so traditional juniper berry based?
Yep, it's juniper based, and then there's a little bit of coriander, some lemon, lime. That's about it. It's very simple.
What's the recipe you made here?
So I made for you a beer Collins. So I like beer quite a bit, but I also am a distiller, so I try to mix the two together. Not my recipe, but it's 2 ounces of gin. So we use the coupe gin in this one. And then it's 1 ounce of lemon juice, pure lemon juice, and then a little bit of simple syrup, and then you top it off with an IPA. I put 3 parts IPA in there. I actually use the Scott Modus Operandi.
Delicious. That's a great drink right here. Meridiem Spirits, do it. Talk. You probably did it with Little Rich in the Little Rich Corner a few times, but that elevator speech, I love it. Talk about the brand, how you can get a hold of you. You've done such a great job with putting the brand in so many liquor stores throughout the state. Now it's restaurant time. We're dialing in.
It is restaurant time. So we're going to be working on that in the first quarter of this year. Alex and I will be working very hard trying to get into restaurants and bars. We're going to add a couple salespeople. So we've already drafted the thing that we're going to put on Indeed, and if anybody's listening and they want to work for us,
I
they
thought
can.
that was me and Jay.
Well, you guys can work for us if you want.
Well, we are.
I feel like you guys are too busy.
You're connoisseurs.
I know.
You don't work for, it's
drinking
very
it doesn't.
different.
You know, I mean, they need to move volume.
I don't want to cut into your golf time.
We're doing it right
now.
now. Daniel, I'm at your disposal, man. Really.
I just want to be the guy that kicks people out or fires people. You know, that's.
I thought that was your job.
Yeah. I'm good at that stuff.
So, yeah, we're working toward that, and we're going to release our barrel-aged gin. That's going to be coming out hopefully in the next month. We're still waiting on label approval. We've had some problems with the government on that.
Now, why? What are they giving
do
you
it
a
all
hard
the
time about?
time.
Well, the interesting thing from my perspective is it's literally the coupe gin aged in a bourbon barrel, right? There's nothing different about it. But now they want the full recipe of the gin, and they want to know who we bought the barrel from, and it's just turned into this big, huge
We have
show.
to do an interview about that sometime.
You should get somebody from the TTB on to explain this stuff.
That's what I want to do, actually. I think we can do that. been a great show, you guys. What 2 great recipes. I do have to get that recipe so I can type it out because people are wanting.
Yeah,
I got to
please
put it on
share that because that iced tea, that spiked iced tea, man, that is some of the best.
Super Bowl Sunday, it's tomorrow. Don, back in the station. I don't give you the recognition that you need. Could you put yourself on? Don, say hello and give your Super Bowl prediction.
It's going to be 49ers 42, Chiefs 35.
Wow.
Oh.
I did the 42-41, so you're right there with the 42 on that. That's fantastic. Don, thank you so much. Brian Freeman, as always. Jay Parker, Little Rich Schneider, Kenyon George running around here. Can't do it without you. We'll continue. It's
Dave,
next week.
Our boy Dave.
Dave
There
Avery.
too.
Dave.
Right
Avery.
there. We love Dave. All right, we'll see you next week right back here. Chef Elise Wiggins. It's going to be a great time, and we'll see you here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.